Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to Boston Blue Beat 2.12. I'm back on the mic, I'm Ice Cool, and joining me once more is the boy.
Yeah, hey folks, all the way from New York, it's your boy Base Tuxedo Mask. I'm so hyped to commentate some amazing games tonight. How about you, Ice?
Yeah, man. I looked at the bracket earlier, and it's about to be pretty fun, to be honest.
Oh yeah, I actually just peeped it myself. We got Gypta, Adrock, Origard, Onikage, Small Fry, pretty good Arcuni player. You got the legendary Professor Serpent, Kagura God, Fantas, Koji, and my boy Spasmaticus, aka Burning Nachos. I'm looking forward to this one.
Actually, before we go any further, I like to point out that we do have a matcherino. Somewhere in the chat, someone's gonna post the link to the matcherino Streamlabs, I believe, or someone. Just click the link, put in the code, and then it does its magic.
Yeah, it's a great way of supporting the games you love.
Every game. Damn, man, I'm out on my commentary gig today, huh?
No, that's right. Yo, we're gonna attack. We're gonna emergency attack. We're gonna recover. I believe in us.
I believe
be a
it
great
will.
one. Okay, so
All
who's
right,
up first?
All right, hold on, let me check. It should be. Wait, what's that at?
Oh, connect versus number
knower. Okay.
So does that number include like frame data or just like numbers? Okay, so I see Platinum and Susano. I haven't seen this matchup too often. I know Platinum got some really good stuff in CF2. Susano obviously became a much stronger character, as you well know. How does this matchup usually go, Ice?
I think Platinum has some things in this matchup that's like it's pretty annoying for Susano. Certain items are kind of annoying, but like Susano also has tools to get around them.
First hit for dark numbers or number knower. Gets tagged by Cat Hammer. No conversion though. Wake up 5A. This man is bold.
Man, I love number knower Zabare here.
I mean, he believes in himself, and I respect that immensely. Okay, got Spark Hands. So I feel like Cat Hammer might be one of those items you mentioned that gives Susano a lot of trouble. I feel like it gives most characters a good deal of trouble because it's so huge.
And it's something like it's not like, I think everybody can agree it's not that fast, but it's like kind of like one of those items you have to be prepared for to block.
And Connect takes round one with a hard card.
Got round
jumps
two.
Back, gets item started, gets a bubble. Nice little conversion from Connect. I love how Platinum's combos go. They really explode to them. Ends with bubble Oki. And okay, it took forever for that bubble to actually connect. And I feel like now Dark Numbers of Bare really is not working out for them as well. Now they're just getting a lot of counter hits, and Connect's kind of running the schmicks on them.
Connect realizing that all he has to do is just lock down number knower. Just him with frame traps and he'll just die.
Yeah, just distribute the mids, I guess. Distribute them nice and evenly.
Connect didn't have to do anything super crazy to win. Like it was pretty basic Platinum stuff. Like no crazy overheads item set play other than the bubble Oki and just getting hit by mids.
I mean, that definitely happens. That's why we need rollback Connect code for BBCF. Please, Arxis, hear our cry.
Hashtag BBCF. Wait, what? Oh my. BBCF rollback.
Yo, please, folks, if you can, support the campaign. We're trying to do it every night on Twitter. Trying to throw out some combos, some set play, some setups to keep the campaign alive. And as we go to game 2, very similar approach from Connect. Gets tagged by 6D, jumps out of the throw though.
Connect has been getting hit by the overhead a lot.
Yeah, Susano's overhead, they're not too fast, but they definitely can be threatening if you're not looking for them.
Yeah, because Susano just has the plus buttons, and that's what you're looking for. You're looking to get out, not really looking for that overhead.
Exactly, that's why it's threatening. Nice 6A from number knower, goes in, gets overdrive though. Very clean OD raid into EA from Connect.
Nice reaction.
It looks like Number No just kind of wasn't blocking on wake up there. He got tagged by Raw Bubble. And now we have EX bot, we have install bombs, and it gets tagged by 3C. Okay, Connect looking pretty dominating on set points so far.
Oh, I love that Brave Miami Circular, I think it's called.
Miami Circular. I think she has an overhead. Yeah, she has an overhead version.
And a low,
I think it has kind of
right?
mid. Yeah, and low. I mean, it has some kind of mid and ball too on it. I'm not totally certain. But I know it's a good starter, much like this one. Yeah, Private actually does a lot of damage.
Yeah, despite like
the Quick C.
Number Norris just kind of just getting hit. Man, he's gotta respect the platinum.
Yeah, I think he's caught on rolling backwards to the corner, which you don't want to do. And he gets tagged by Purple Throw. And with that, Connect takes the first out of the tournament.
Good job to Connect.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And Number Nowhere is still in the bracket. He's just in losers now. So better luck to him in the next match.
I was a very big fan of the he just realized that Number Nowhere is gonna like not block on wake up, and all I have to do is just time my buttons and medium and just frame trap him. All right, I mean, easy peasy, right?
I mean, hey, guys, that's the layer 1 stuff. You know, if you can't get past that, then looks like you're going to the Shark Tank.
All right, so up next we do have Small Squish and Gypta.
Okay, so that's Naoto to Biki, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, so I remember the original CF like block test where they're like, oh, now it's just gonna be a really simple, straightforward character. Biki's gonna be really technical and difficult. And look at the mixed Mori played on us with that day.
It went Hibiki and 9 first, right, for the low test? Or am I wrong?
I think it was Hibiki now. So interesting trivia. 9 actually had an Earth button originally.
Wait, what? The Earth button?
Yeah. 9 is water A, B is wind, fire is C, and D was originally actually going to be Earth. So I never saw any footage of this, but I heard it from a variety of people.
Man, that sounds fair. But then what? The D buttons are spell, right? Like just give spells.
D buttons are like you can spend the spell slots that you've accumulated through blockchains and combos. So imagine it's like D button would just give her 1 button kunzite. Fair. She needs it.
She does need it.
Yes, she's just. I'm sorry, people. 9 isn't that strong. I'm sorry. Maybe someone tonight will prove me wrong. But right now, I'm waiting for Small Swish to get in the room. Gypta, extremely strong Naoto player. Really cool person in general. I played him a bunch of times in and out of tournament, and it's always an experience. He's actually pretty comfortable with the 9 matchup too, which is very nice.
Speaking of meeting Gypta, I did meet him at Frosty Faustings a few years back, and the one also in 2020. He was a pretty nice dude. Strong Naoto.
Okay, so we were just informed that Gypta's also been subbing messing with Hibiki recently, so we might. Oh, looks like we're having a mirror.
Oh, okay.
I have rarely seen this mirror, so Hibiki's extremely beginner-friendly character. Great movement speed, some solid buttons. Very by the books pressure with some, clone feints, some high low, some left right stuff. But overall, a very beginner-friendly character. Picture a costume like Jin from this game and like Sho or Minazuki.
Hibiki, he's kind of a weird rushdown-ish, like balanced Shoto-esque kind of character. To be honest.
He has clone fireballs. He's a DP.
Yeah, his DP is pretty good. Like, I think the one thing, I don't know. I think if anybody's watching Nezu, they'll know this character is no joke.
Okay, nice conversion from Gypta. Converting into the Azuna drop. Does it wrong? Goes for it again, and it connects. So Gypta's here for all the mind games.
Azuna drop is so strong.
So actually, if you don't instant block that, Hibiki can mash DP on block onto 4C. But good call out by Small Squish. Get tagged though.
Oh, we got counter hit.
Yeah.
He definitely did try to anti-air there.
Yeah, he did. But okay, overdrives to very daring DP from Gypta. Fate small squishes response DP and takes round 1. That was very violent. That was like a very volatile first round.
Compared to most DPs though, Hibiki's is on the small side, so it's not like you can just like do it on wake up as often as you want.
Nice safe jump from small squish and good DP from Gypta on the overhead.
Okay, ooh, the toss up.
Yeah,
that's the Hibiki classic.
Yeah,
classic.
It's actually the classic, and he has an air version now too, so you can do like a double overheads.
DPRC, let's get out.
Nice, got bounce loops, and Azuna Ender, very nice. Good damage too.
Countersalts out.
Yeah, but gets tagged again, and this would be very optimal confirmed from Gypta. Can he? Oh, I think he killed if he converted into super there, but source pressure. RC's King Self Plus, but also challenges.
Oh,
Gypta bursts the 214D side swap.
I think he did try to overdrive it, but a little too late, and just got his burst instead.
Okay, and very nice mini small squish keeps himself alive, and now we're going to round 3. Okay, pretty round start.
Oh no, get oh, small switch tried to go for the reset.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta go for at least once to test them, see if they're awake. But if Hibiki whiffs that, I think he can't actually hit the ground.
I wouldn't know. I'm not that knowledgeable about Hibiki. Oh, nice Abare by small switch.
I have a thought Hibiki. Nice. Latex the save jump. Jumps out of the 60, but gets tabbed by J. Yo, Hibiki's JC is gigantic.
It's really good too.
Yeah, nice counter assault. Keeps pressure. Blocks the overhand. Clean punish from Gypta.
Got BD'd, I think.
Yeah, burst him off.
Oh, the respect. Okay.
Okay, tags him with a hop. And yeah, this won't be death, but Gypta's in a very precarious position right now. Overdrive for GC and gets DP'd. Okay, small squish taking game 1. That was pretty exciting, actually. A lot of really good adjustments for both sides.
Yeah, it kind of looked like Gypta was in complete control of round 1, and then it was looking like that way in round 2, but Small Squish turned around ever so slowly, and then round 3 was kind of slightly in favor of Small Squish. He's just adapted like slightly more better in some scenarios.
Yeah, I feel like he played the RPS game a little better there, especially that DP at the end. It could have worked against him, but it worked out for him. So I wonder, is Gypta gonna go to... Okay, he's sticking with Hibiki.
I respect the dedication.
And they're going max Hibiki in shadows, a very Hibiki-esque stage. Look, if you do it, you gotta overdo it. That's how I do things.
Pick Skyship at that, or Airship at that point.
I don't know. I'm not sure that's netplay compliant. One day, don't worry, Ice. One day, roll back.
Roll back.
Okay, blocks him. Okay, yeah, I guess caught matching. Nice bait on the DP. Does not. I think he meant to do like a 60 start would have been better for that actually. Good 2C from Gypta. Very flat, nice looking combo right here. Should be a safe jump. Oh, gets DP'd though, and nice conversion from Small Squish.
Gypta has been man, I've been really confused on like sometimes like I'm looking over at like who's who. Sometimes I'm like I have to look up at the screen, and I'm like,
nice
oh
hop.
wait,
Nice hop from Gypta.
oh wow, that JC hitbox, that's so good.
Yeah, no, it's been like that since day 1 of CF.
Nice gonna drop really good.
Yeah, that's actually I think about 4.5k like as a raw starter if you RC it.
Hibiki's also got like really good like reset points due to like how his like moveset is designed.
Yeah, he definitely has some dirt. Nice evasion on the hop from Small Squish and good interruption on the 4B attempts. Gets to DP, gets DP back.
I feel like both the players are playing their RPS really well.
Yeah, no, they're definitely like trying to account for as many options as they can, but I guess you can't account for everything. Huh? Nicely spaced 5C from Gypta. Gets the conversion.
Oh,
Onto the new CF2 route. Okay,
stagger. Okay, safe.
yep. Safe from the OD. Deep.
Oh,
I'm not sure that. I don't think he wants. I'm not sure if you wanted that DP, but nice conversion from small push. Jeez.
what do you think he was looking
there.
for? Nice
Good
throw
tech from
tech.
Gypta. Oh, the 2C whiffs. I see what he wanted. And small squish on set point so far. Let's see what Gypta could do to keep himself alive.
I'm not too sure he was looking for there with that that special. At round seven.
I know on instant block you can punish it, but nice, get to counter it. I think he maybe thought that was like a different route, but he gets another conversion. Very nice. A nice chunk of damage. What's the 3C, but throws him.
Nice.
Lots of American resets.
Stagger, stagger. Okay, opens them up. Pass the
But
burst.
BK has some great staggers.
Wow, there's a lot of double jumping in this mirror. Probably doesn't like each player respecting one another. They don't want to get anti-aired.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen a BK mirror before, actually.
Yeah, a lot of respect right now. We got neutral.
Mm.
That should be dead. As long as
should
it's
be
out there.
asshole. Okay, goes for the cooler super. I respect that.
Respect. What's the input for the super? It's or the astral.
It's on Persona Asteroids, so it's like I think down, 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 D.
I was going to say like maybe the input was like something he didn't want to risk or he didn't really want to do it.
Okay, okay. I mean, it kind of happens, but Viki's Astral definitely is not one of those that you would need to forego. But I see it as a sign of respect and just wanting to not like drop anything and get the match over with, which I also heavily respect.
There's been a lot of like, I already talked about it before, but it's like I'll just only on a small bit, but it feels like there's a lot of RPS between both these players, and it's like it's gonna come down to like who's gonna guess right the most now, because it's like there's just like a bunch of layers now that they added, and it's just like who can like dissect the layers the fastest.
Yeah, they're definitely playing like kind of a Yomi race here, because like you said, there have been a lot of like layers of RPS. Like, are you gonna DP here? Are you gonna overdrive there? What's going on? So now it's whoever like I guess handles the scramble situations best. And Gypta's definitely pretty good at that. We'll see what small squish can adapt with. Nice.
I respect the round start from Small Squish. He tried to do the fake out, maybe thinking that Gypta wasn't gonna jump, thinking like, he's probably gonna sit there and anti-air him.
Nice DP on the grab attempt. And nice cross up. Well, that was gonna be a nice chunk of damage. So I can understand why Small Squish would burst there.
Oh,
Okay,
he tried to Yabari the overhead, but it was already too late.
A lot of these JC safe jumps, not quite functioning as safe jumps here. Maybe because of the timing, because of Viki's DP. It's not that big like you said, but it's extremely active.
I think it could also be the case that the players are maybe not holding down back or back. That could be the case, or their timing's off.
Okay, that should be. Oh, I thought it was an RC, but guess the JC and Small Squish once again on set point.
Yeah, on those timings right there for that type of knockdown, you don't usually want to roll against Hibiki when he's doing JC because that would just catch the roll.
Oh yeah, no, it's like it's a helicopter blade, literally. It is great at catching like bad rolls and bad like attacks.
You're saying they're doing. This is a lot of double jumping.
So one thing I kind of like to note from both sides is more barrier and if possible instant barrier, because instant barrier pushes Viki up pretty hard.
I think one way to escape Viki's pressure is that you gotta jump his drive moves, otherwise you're gonna get pressure reset for free.
Yeah, they're like some of his few plus moves.
Yeah, you can't let him do it.
But in general, the way due to his like stubby normals and the way his toolkit works, good use things like barrier and especially instant barrier will body him pretty hard, and will force the Viki player to really compensate for it, which will give him more chances to challenge.
Oh wow, that looked like a grimy mix-up that I believe Small Switch was going for with that 6C.
But now we're
I
on
guess
final
it's
top end. Gypta's burst. Nice side swap.
10 out of 10 times that cross up has worked. So don't go for broke. Don't fix what's not broke. I mean.
Okay, so DPs gets back, gets the momentum back, blocks the hop, and that's very punishable on block. It's pretty nice.
Dagger,
Keeps pressure. TRM.
Oh,
Let's go.
TRM.
Okay, it nails the 3C and a Zuna Ender. Okay,
That's mixed up.
Switch has his burst back, so the overdrive to a
Good
hop.
punish.
Nice
What an
conversion.
overdrive.
Plenty of time to do some grindy stuff and reset him. Gets another conversion.
Also keeping it pretty honest.
Okay, and
All
with
right.
active full EA for a nice chunk of damage. Both
You gotta be
players
careful.
on one hit territory, one touch territory.
Good defense, I smoke switch.
Okay,
Oh.
and jump over the, I think 3D attempt. And Gypta takes it. Very good forwards in both players, who I love seeing the evolution of like the Yomi game back and forth, the RPS game. And
It was Oh no, go ahead.
oh no, go ahead, Ice. Sorry.
I was gonna say that the adaptation between both, I was so intrigued because like I've never seen them. I don't think I've ever seen a mirror before with Hibiki, and I was like, man, I'm so intrigued, but gotta commentate too. But it's like it's so hard because like I don't understand what's happening sometimes, other than like some of the small stuff.
Oh,
But yeah,
you got a real treat here. Aura Guard. Aura plays a bunch of characters, but I know his main is New 13, which is I love seeing New. She's not the strongest character, but she has very interesting tech and some very interesting tools in her kit. And much as I really didn't like fighting her in CPEX, I wish they would have done a little more for her in this game.
Aura is always about innovating New 13 and trying to find any little like tech to come up with and use to his advantage, because New 13's not exactly a strong character in this game, so he's got to find something to use. And then he's now up against the one and only Onikage.
My son Oni. So Oni's been in the New York scene for a little bit. I'm really proud of how far he's come as a player. And I have seen Ragna versus New a fair bit. I feel like once Ragna gets his pressure started, it's really hard for New to escape. I mean, Ragna's pressure is very strong and consistent until he tries to go for mix. And New does not have the best of defensive options outside of like system mechanics.
I think the one thing that I think New 13 and Lambda players in general have to look out for when they throw their sword is that if Ragna wants to do it, if he has 50 meter, they will not be afraid to Carnage Scissors. They just will do it. They'll let it rip. It's something that I think Aura, I think I've seen Aura play Oni before, or another Ragna player, and they just kept getting hit by Carnage Scissors.
It's happened to the best of us. It's even happened to me as 9.
Ragna players will do anything, that's honest.
Look, Ragna's an honest character. If you lose him, you gotta outplay it. It's just that simple. Okay, Oni, aggressive round start, runs up, gets tag receiving barrier. Nice conversion from Aura Guard. Very clean converts, actually. Yeah, very optimal, too. So he sets up Gravity Seed to keep Oni out. Playing the zoning game.
Oni trying to play as patient as possible to not really like running into it.
Because New 13's combos, like her sword combo can do that much damage, but she'll whittle you down to like nothing if you're not careful.
You gotta play some amount of RPS against New, because like there's some situations where you have to keep running forward or air dash. You can't really be super flow chart against the characters.
That was definitely a mistake. An accidental plus trigger. I think Overguard. I think they wanted barrier. Gets tagged. Oni in overdrive, getting a ton of life back, doing a ton of chip with his drive moves.
Good block.
And nice, gets a hit. Sets up Luminous.
I'm not gonna lie, I got hit by that overhead.
I got hit by Luminous. Okay, nice crouching counter hit. This is gonna be a lot of, Ragna, especially in TF2, it's extremely hard.
Oh, he didn't know that. He didn't know that was gonna be enough proration.
Okay, RC, DPRCs, and blocks the very good bait on the counterstop from Oni.
Oni is woke.
Oni was ready there. Okay, so nice round start from Orgard, gets some distance, gets some real estate, sets up Luminous. Just keeps space with Gravity Seed. Gets tagged, gets TRM'd in the air. Nice little conversion from Oni, about 3K, 3.2.
Knocked down 2 feet. Okay.
Gets tagged by JC. Nice counter conversion from Orgard. He's gonna corner, he's gonna get Oki. Gets gravity seed set up.
Yep. Oh, backs off. Okay. Definitely looking for the DP or 5B maybe.
DP, Carnage, who knows? But when I look about Orgard, he's okay with like giving up very obvious momentum. But unfortunately, so that's one of the very cursed things about New. Lambda's version has like no dead zone in front of her. News has a very concrete dead zone right in front of her, unfortunately. So trying to use it as a reversal is very often not a good option.
Aura now having Oni in the corner.
Yeah.
It's basically one hit away now. Oh, that's tough. Oh.
Kick Crescent does not convert. I think Luminous kind of ruined the combo. Now he gets tagged.
You hate to see that burst though.
Yeah, that's a horrible feeling. Nice.
Oh.
Oni with the disrespects. I understand.
I respect this. Like that combo is not going to kill, and like he did not want to take the risk of like Aura getting out of the corner and just like playing neutral again.
Yeah, I mean it's like New is like for all her like her detriments, the neutral game is extremely strong. It's even in the name, New 13 for neutral.
What is the number 13? What's that number for them?
You know, I'm gonna say unlucky. I'm gonna say unlucky.
Why? Because she got nerfed?
Yes. Somehow they knew, even in the future, that she would get nerfed in CF. But we'll see what adjustments that Orgard can make in this next game. I think they were playing pretty well. Just a few things went wrong in some key points.
Yeah, I mean, not that many like bad mistakes. I think they're like just like small things you can like change. Like nothing super bad. Like they didn't get outplayed super hard.
No, right now, nice hit, does not convert on the wheel, but keeps Onikage at a distance. Nice, gets space, goes back to neutral. Oni trying to play pretty cautious, not trying to get Renegade tapped by swords. Trying to get Orgard to walk himself to the corner, but gets a nice little conversion.
Oh,
very underlifts, yeah. Nice counter at JC. Bursts. Back in the sword zone.
Nice block. Oh, no, let's figure out. Nobody blocks that.
Yeah, you gotta like watch New to determine what Choji's doing. Like watch the JoJo's poses. Nice.
Aura's air movement. Aura's been pretty good, but I think Oni's starting to catch on now.
Yeah, no, I think they are. Very good Hellspang RC combo from Oni. Whiffs Gauntlet Haze, but no punish from Orgard. Now he punishes him though. That's Luminous, has 100 meter. This can easily be death.
Oh, this is 100%. Unless, like, well, no, actually, this is burst type. I hope he doesn't burst this.
Oh, he drops Commentator's Curse. And Parser gets tagged. No. Oh no, Orgard accidentally back rolled into the dead spike. Oni on set point.
That was one of those unfortunate, like, mishaps where, like, Ragna, like, the progression was too big to the point where if he dead spiked that it would just get reset if he rolled.
Yeah, nice whip on the crescent from New 13. Very nice corner combo from Orgard.
Oh,
that was a very, very interesting choice in the 5D anti-air, but it is a Ragna classic.
It was smart. I thought it was pretty smart from Aura to like stall his height momentum because he knew he was probably gonna get anti-aired, but Oni was one step ahead anyway and used 5B.
He went to the next layer of Yomi.
Alright, what's the mix? Oh no, safe jump.
And Oni takes it with an active flow EA, and Orgard left room. Okay, I feel like Oni was definitely a lot more in control in the second game.
Yeah, it's like I think like obviously game one is always like the adjustment game, right? Like you learn about your opponent more, and like game two was alright. I think round one was like it was like much more clear that Oni was paying much more attention to the movement.
Yeah, no, I feel like Oni definitely kind of wised up to what Orgard wants to do in neutral and kind of caught on to, like you said. So now we have two players that I like a lot, Valkyrie Koji and Burning Nachos.
Oh,
so
Oh
So I've
yes.
been giving Nachos tips on Nine the Phantom for a little while. I'm not sure if he'll work out here, but I know he's a very strong Ragna player. And I know Ragna gives Mai a significant amount of trouble. Like she's very odd in terms of like she's almost like I talked about last time. She's anti-meta. She's just really well against a lot of the high and top tier characters, but then has a hard time against like Ragna, Shin, those sorts of characters.
Any character that's basically like has to play neutral, footsies, you know, the basic like fundamentals of a fighting game. Like it's like, why does this character struggle this hard?
Okay, and Koji realized I think he kind of realizes this. He goes to Izanami.
Yeah, Koji is like he's a big fan of the Izanami Ragna matchup. I think it's like one of the few matchups, if not in the game, where he will 100% always play Izanami against Ragna no matter what.
I actually didn't know that. It's really cool. Koji's Izanami definitely has plenty of dirt. Let's see how well Nachos can adapt to that encounter.
How much does Nacho have experience against Izanami? Because I know Koji had some experience against Ragna.
I know they have Gotcha Man in Canada, but I'm not sure how often Nachos fights his Izanami, because Gotcha plays a lot of characters.
Yeah, because this matchup is not exactly the great for Ragna.
Yeah, I mean, Izanami basically is a boss style for half the cast anyway. Gets tagged by Thunder, crit by Wheel. Nice conversion from Nachos. D Divider Ender does not drop, but gets tagged by IAD buttons.
Alright, what's the Oki now from Koji?
Nice conversion.
Okay.
The classic. And Rock doesn't have a lot of options to contest that. Puts on ribs.
Oh, got hit low. Probably was looking for the other overhead, maybe.
Quite possibly, yeah. Koji's in danger state, but that doesn't really matter right now. I thought maybe he'd be able to... Oh, command grab. RC.
Wow, that was wealthy. Because, like, he put away the drive just to, like, make not just think, oh, man, he's probably blocking because, like, he's probably looking for DP, and Goji's like, you thought, I'm going to walk forward and command grab you.
Yeah, nice conversion from Nachos here, though. Good jump out. But yeah, that's definitely a point in Ragna's pressure where you can jump out and challenge him. Okay, gets the hit backs off though, puts out bits, gets a JA.
Oh, you don't want to get the backwards hit. I like that bird.
Okay, interesting over there from Koji. Does not have. I think Josh thought he'd get enough meter to rapid cancel it, but he did not. Koji drops to confirm though. Okay, and I'm Ender.
Oh, got hit low.
Nice conversion from Nachos. Very clean. This Wick RPX, okay. I feel like I thought he was doing a safe jump to bait that, but maybe
I think one of the that's like one of the few supers in the game where like it's too fast to like safe jump normally, and you just can't do it.
Yeah, most characters just can't do it, and Koji takes game one.
Koji showing that he knows the matchup. He's a lot of experience in it. Nachos can definitely, without a doubt, like come back. Like,
yeah, he definitely wasn't playing poorly in the slightest. It's just like I thought there was some issues of matchup unfamiliarity, and just Izanami being an incredibly strong character as a whole.
Not too many also there's not like too many strong Izanamis either in NA, to be honest. So it's kind of hard to find like good practice for the character.
No, absolutely. I think there's Koji. Gears of Despair used to be a really good Izanami. Master Crasher, a couple other people, and of course Nano on West Coast.
Koopa Claus in Ohio, I believe.
And Tingle used to be in Seattle.
There were like a few situations where like Nachos got hit low, and then like a few Oki situations like he tried to roll, but he got reset instead. I feel like there's certain situations with Izanami you just can't roll, especially in like mid-screen.
Yeah, absolutely. She definitely has good options to cover those kind of situations very easily with low commit. Nice 6A from Koji. Nachos burst immediately. Doesn't want any of that. Crouching 2A starter. Let's go.
I like that crouching normal Koji did. I think it's 3C. Oh, yeah.
Okay, Koji bursts. A little bit late into the round, but I respect it. He believes, he believes. Okay, in danger.
Nachos was actually walking forward there, actually, when Koji reset him. I'm not too sure what he was looking for.
Me either. It wasn't very clear what he wanted to do there.
Oh, wow, that was smart.
Yeah, Skull and Pinwheel kind of covering multiple different options and approaches. Nice DP from Nachos though. Nice conversion. He should be able to RC and then get a super.
Yeah, he should be dead. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't need it. Okay.
I have never seen that exact route before. That's really cool.
Telling me that Nachos telling us, hey man, I don't need the super.
Right? No. He's sending a message. Nice 2A contest from Nachos. Back in neutral. Just trying to use like his fast and normal just to get hits.
I like how Koji. I was gonna say that I love how Koji's playing this like very extreme air game with Ragna because like Ragna has to like he's forced to try to catch him, not like try to play grounded.
Yeah, it's gonna be definitely a better quick path than most of the casts. Gets ribcage, doesn't pop it though. So I think might be a mistake because now he's gonna be in danger mode. So you really can't afford to take a hit here.
Especially like if Nachos gets one good OD overdrive raid that or then like yeah, Koji's
the baseball slide.
Yep, Koji trying to stall as much as he can to get his barrier back.
It's back now, so he can go ribcage off the next knockdown, and he does.
Alright, now he's got a block. What's the mix? Nice
hey,
block.
Nice pressure from Koji. Good. Burst him off. He wants this round.
Oh, okay. I respect that blood knife.
Hey, counter assault. Okay, I respect the card scissors. I respect it a lot.
Well, nice confirm.
KA.
Yeah, I was kind of waiting for Nachos for a little bit to like finally let the card scissors rip because Koji like when he was like in his drive in danger and he couldn't like put the drive away. I was like, all right, Nachos got 100 meters. He's probably gonna let it rip. I respect the patience though. He doesn't like want to like show it too early, maybe.
Nachos definitely is one of the more patient Ragnas I know. He's cool with letting the opponent like hang themselves and just running his options from there. Serves him pretty well when he plays 9 too.
I think it was also really cool that one of the few options Ragna can catch like very air heavy characters is Air Blood Scythe, Air Gauntlet Hades, I'm glad I finally got to see like one of those two options. I think maybe like Air Gauntlet Hades might catch Izanami if she doesn't have the Exodus up.
It might. Something that's also a very high commit option, so you gotta like be really sure it's gonna work before you throw it out.
I do respect the patient gameplay for Nachos though, because like this is a matchup you do have to play patient. It's do or die because your health is like, I mean you're a 10k health character, so you gotta like make sure your resources are well spent.
Depending on who you ask, Rogers apparently can also be a 14k health character.
You're absolutely right. Hey man, once you get down to like 10% of your health and like you're still at full health, and then like you just get chipped away, it's like, damn, where did all my health go?
Hey man, it's not to be that way. So right now, let's see what adjustments will be made by both parties here. Nachos counter hit Hellspang. Good backlash by Koji though.
I think that's also another option people don't really think about too much because like, oh, Izanami doesn't have super amazing defensive options, but people forget she got that Murakumo backdash.
She literally does. She has literally the same one. I think Naoto was trying to like do an empty throw. Okay, base DP gets 6 aid, and this is a pretty dominant round for Koji. Koji, I think, on step point now.
I mean, that's how this matchup is usually supposed to look like, but human possibilities are always the same, so can never expect that.
Luby combo sets up ribs, sets up the Red.
Oh, there we go. There's the 6B.
No,
oh, first bait.
Walks up to him and throws him. Okay, overdrives, the EAs. Since it's an active flow, it's a lot more damage, and you get the red version of the animation. And Koji taking game 3 with a perfect.
That was also a 19-second round too. Oh my god.
Yeah, no.
It's not every day that you see a round in above 80 seconds.
That's Izanami.
It could also be that Koji realized what he did wrong. And he's like, all right, let me clean up my gameplay. I know exactly what I need to look for.
No, you're 100% right. Definitely spent a lot more like. I feel like he had more of a plan. I feel like he was a little more calm that last game, and it paid off in spades.
And up next, we got Vandal and Serpent.
Okay, so Vandal, a bullet from the New York area, good friend of mine. I'm really happy to see him enter. I know he was asking about it like last week, and I know he's been trying to get back into the game a bit more recently. Just a general, like, really good, like, good vibes type of person. Like, he's very mellow, but his bullet is extremely explosive. Now, Serpent, sometimes we call him Professor Serpent. He's the known as the most patient and smartest Kagura player by many, by me and Greek Angel.
What do you think? I was gonna say,
I played a lot. Kagura's bullet in the early games was pretty trash for Kagura, but it got better as time went on. Though both characters have gotten a lot stronger, I do think it's slightly in Kagura's favor these days. Though Bullet does have some tools that can give him a hard time.
Both these characters just scream, I hit you with one counter hit and you explode the character.
Yeah,
like Bullet has her own ways of like making a character explode, and Kagura is like, all right, if I hit you with my sword, here's 4 or 5K. Bullet, she gets level ups for free, and it's kind of a rough time. Both characters also don't have the greatest movement options either, so it's a pretty neutral heavy matchup. And whoever like gets that hit in neutral, because both characters are gonna have to be looking for that hit, it's gonna be big.
Yeah, I would say the biggest thing here though is Bullet needs heat up levels to do damage, or in some cases a good counter in overdrive. Kagura doesn't need out of those things. He doesn't even need meter. He's like one solid starter. He does like I said, Bullet will bleed. So this matchup is essentially a damage race between two characters of very awkward neutral games. And Serpent gets JC, this is a good starter. Drop 3 Ender though.
Slightly too far away.
Yeah. Nice Ender. Okay, Vandal wants the corner. Drops his Ender, drops his 3C as well. Gets tagged by JC again. Kagura's JC, an extremely difficult button to contest for a lot of characters. It's really low, has a really active hitbox. Most of the time, at best, we'll get a trade.
Serpent's been jumping quite a bit, I just realized. He's probably probably a little afraid of the DP, which I don't really blame him.
Yeah, I mean, both DP, it's functional, it exists. And, yeah, there's gonna be quite enough to kill. Wave Super's damage isn't that high. And yet, Wyvern, beats fireballs, definitely was like ball there.
Ball does have moves that go that low profile it, right?
That beat. She does. Like 3C would beat it, for example. I think 2B also could. Also, Wyvern has an extremely cursed hitbox where a lot of things will just hit it.
Kagura also has his fireball, so it's like Bullet can't just like sit back and like use level up for free.
Okay, nice. Yeah, and also her fireball could be Kagura's. But like I said, she has options that can beat Wyvern. She has options like she can bait him into doing it and punish him pretty heavily for it. Good block on the overhead from Vandal. This should be death.
Yep, as long as he doesn't drop super input.
Yep, Rage Aggressor. Doesn't have super high minimal damage, but it'll do the job here.
Nice adjustment so far from Vandal. I'm really liking it.
Yeah, no, Vandal definitely can go with the flow pretty well in matches. But round start 6C, that is ballsy. I respect it though.
I call that the alt F4.
4.6, just Kagura things.
Serpent's also been getting hit by a lot of like JDs when he's jumping back. He's got to be careful of that.
Yeah, he has to be. Those can add up, especially if she has heat levels. But right now, it looks like this should be death for Vandal.
I was supposed to say, speaking of which, Serpent is adding up all that damage, and then almost ended it.
And like I said, so Kagura JC is like a magic button. It has no longer has any landing recovery. It's extremely deep, and it's a great starter. We call it the fly swatter.
Some anti-airs also clash with it, which is unreal.
Like,
but
okay,
I was gonna say, but unfortunately, he needs it.
Okay, so Kagura, when CF2 came around, he got buffed. We were like, oh, he's top tier. I'm like, yeah. Remember, it's like, yo, Dust Settles can be like B+ at best, and he wasn't wrong. Kagura is mid tier. This probably is the best he's ever been. But I love this character.
I love this character so much. I can't really think of too many things that Vandal did, like other than like Serpent just hit him with a few good hard reads and it was over.
I mean, I feel like the only thing he did wrong was getting hit by Kagura, which is a mistake many people make.
But you have to get hit.
I mean,
what do you do?
Look, I mean, like, I was like, he said, as I said, he got hit by Kagura, which is the mistake there. Okay, so let's see what we got round start.
Back off, maybe? Oh my god, another hard read by Serpent.
And air throws him.
Nice man, Serpent's on some different plane of existence. Not only he gets on round start, he also gets on Vandal's jump.
Yeah, he gets on the roll too. Well, orb accounted for the roll. Okay, I see what Vandal's trying to do. He's trying to tag Serpent with the 5D when he gets in range. Okay, it worked there, but a lot of times Jason's just been stuffing him. DPRC, yeah, the classic. Okay, so I feel like Serpent's playing the RPS really well here. I feel like Vandal's defense is kind of it's a bit shakier now.
Yeah, Serpent's also been playing it pretty safe too. I think the moment he realized that Vandal's not gonna pull the trigger on the DP, he's starting to play at a space more where he can play more aggressive.
Yeah.
Vandal's also been getting opened up by lows a lot. Oh, there's the DP.
As you say this, he does the DP finally. Okay, so drives face the EA.
Yeah, you can't overdrive the fireball.
So Vandal can do Milky capture on the fireball, but it's a little risky.
I do gotta give credit to Vandal though. He has been hitting Serpent with a lot of JDs. Oh wow, that was
weird. That was weird.
Serpent baiting the burst?
Okay, nice. Runs out of the corner, dashes out the corner, gets a conversion.
That looked like a reset.
I think he wanted. Did he want 720? I feel like he did.
Man, we Street Fighter out here. We anti-airing with our neutral weak buttons.
Looks like it. Okay, one more situation. Serpent ODs, jumps out.
Good anti-air.
JC, but no conversion. No.
He's gotta be careful now. Okay. Kagura can go to any stance that he wants.
In overdrive, yeah. It's called unlimited chaining, I think, or limitless coupling. But Vandal keeps himself alive, and he's a nice birthday man as well.
Oh.
Okay, I would like to see Vandal do some 2Bs to call out the Serpent 60s at round start. Okay, nice conversion. Jumps out the command throw. Doesn't get a punish though. Okay, catches him out of JC startup. Puts him in the corner.
Oh, too far away. But goes for it again because he said, "Oh, if it didn't work once, let me try it again."
Okay, yep. DPRC. Gets him to 2DA. Pancakes in the corner. Okay, goes to Orwookie. And yo, this should be death.
Yeah, that's
both OD 720 is that is death. I love the animation on that.
Yeah, it's actually so cool. I actually do forget that Bullet has a command grab super. It's sometimes forgettable. Until I get hit by it, then I realize I died.
When it works, it gets what 5.6k the active flow and overdrive.
Yeah, it's just insane.
I mean, she's a grappler, and she didn't have a command grab until CF1, a proper Mitos one.
I like I really like these adjustments from Vandal though. It really looked like in game 2, the first round, and then midway through the second round, it looked over to me. It was this looks over. Serpent probably has this, but Vandal's proven me wrong. he's got fight left in him, and he showed me that the adjustments are there. A little spaghetti though, but he's showing that he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, no, I feel like he's definitely is kind of familiar with himself with Serpent's like play style and his overall game plan, and he responded accordingly. So he's definitely still got some fighting, like you said, and he can turn this around. But he has to stay cool. He has to like, I think he has to definitely start contesting some of Serpent's stuff a little better, like round start 6C, etc.
Oh,
Looks like you heard me. Nice, 6D, and expected flash kick as a counter statement. Base the flash kick. And yeah, like I said, he can mill it through Fireball. Gets tab at counter jump C, which is going to be a lot of damage.
I think Kagura is one of the few characters in the game that it's pretty hard to anti-air him because not only is like JC a pretty good button, it also does a lot of damage on counter hit.
I mean, he also can stall his mental stances and then come down with super.
Oh,
and he crosses him up with JD. Now Serpent's in the corner. Vandal should now have he level 2.
Wake up!
Okay, that actually has no ball. But yo, 2D's under, this should be death. And Rage Aggressor. And such a turnaround. Vandal's on set point now.
I was gonna say Serpent had a big brain play when he woke up and did that overhead, but Vandal was ready when he burst it. That was insane.
Okay. Okay, the 2DA. Nice conversion from Serpent.
Fireball OP.
No attack from Vandal. 2B. So Bullet's 2B is a hologram. Its hurt box does not exist. Okay, Serpent converts.
I think Serpent is also doing a pretty good job of challenging Vandal's pressure.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that Vandal's being slightly too flowchart and yikes.
Yeah, that was definitely a very explosive round. That's how this matchup tends to look. One side just steamrolls the other.
That's also another move you don't want to get hit by as Kagura.
Yeah, Serpent's really about consistently around 6C. He calls out the overdrive. EA.
Vandal was ready, but both EA is not exactly the most furthest reaching.
Yeah, not the most horizontal reaching EAs for sure. This conversion. This won't be death, but next hit is.
Oh, instant overhead.
Basic counterfall, and Serpent takes it in a pretty dominating show.
Serpent spelled blood in the water, and he's like, "I'm going in. You can sit there and be scared all you want, because I'm just gonna keep sitting here pressuring you all day."
Yeah, I mean that is Serpent in general. Pretty methodical.
Oh, up next, we actually have Adrock versus Gypta. Naoto versus Susano.
Okay, so this matchup, both sides hit really hard.
Well, actually, it depends on who Gypta's gonna play, because he has been playing other characters, so he might not even play Naoto.
He might, but I'm not sure who he's more comfortable with this matchup. I would say Naoto, but you never know. I think Naoto versus Susano is a very interesting matchup. Naoto has some really good movement, fast buttons, extremely high damage output. And Susano, how do you feel about that matchup, Ice?
How do I feel about this matchup?
Yeah.
How do I put it? Well, this is one of the I don't know. I don't think out of all the 6-4 quote unquote matchups I put Naoto in, he's like one of the weaker ones. Not because he's bad or anything. It's that it's just the only thing that really goes for him in this matchup is pressure. But anyway, that doesn't matter because that's irrelevant because Gypta's playing Hibiki.
Okay, Hibiki versus Susano. That's interesting.
This matchup, I believe Dragon Lord said that this matchup, or Nezu said this matchup sucks for Hibiki. I think it's pretty evenish depending on who you ask, but that's just my take.
Well, let's see how it plays out here. Okay, pretty passive round start for both players. Gets tagged by 60.
Oh, max range 60.
Gets tagged by the DP from Gypta. Staggers. 2C, yep, the god. Now we have Sonic Spin Dash. And
Nice Koji jump.
Yeah, for sure. Does not block the hop cross up. Nice conversion from Gypta. Gets the Lego Dash.
Nice tech. Stalling his arrow momentum. Doesn't want to get anti-aired again because you do not want to get anti-aired by this character.
Oh no, it hurts a lot.
Another max range 60.
Good pressure from Adrock. Overdrive, yeah, that's a clean punish.
Some people do make the mistake of when they overdrive 6B the first hit, they try to mash immediately, but then they get fatal.
Oh no, I think EA is the most consistent punish, right?
Yeah, it's definitely the most consistent punish, but you can punish 6B, but it's a weird timing, and some people just don't want to take the risk.
I don't blame them. The cost, I guess, for doing it wrong is very high. Okay, nice pressure from Gypta. It's kind of sitting back and baiting the mash.
Not too sure what Gypta is looking for when he backs off, because Adrock does not have his DP.
I mean, it's super.
Maybe super or counter assault. But that doesn't matter because he got the round. That was a really long round, by the way.
No, it was. There was like 24 seconds left. I think that might be one of the longer rounds we've seen tonight.
Tell that these guys just don't want to make mistakes, and they're trying their hardest to like.
Round start is Zuna, as we say that. Very aggressive round start from Gypta. Good operation from Adrock, though.
Gypta is not afraid to just whip out the DP.
I mean, you got to put it on the table to show them you're not scared. Okay. Goes for the Zuna again and whips. Adrock has momentum now, has pressure. Good instant blocks from Gypta, though. Got some seals, level 2 tackle. Has his DP.
Oh, trying to go for the reset. But barely missed it, I think.
DP's again, gets punished. This could be, I think this could be death. Maybe? Or like magic pistol?
No, I don't think so, no. No way. No, never mind, I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Yeah.
That was such an optimization of Adrock.
I was gonna say, wait, I don't think that's gonna kill. I forgot he had 50 meter for an RC.
Yes, indeed. Nice overhead conversion. Gypta got DC safe jump. Nice staggers too. Very I mean, Susano's pretty slow buttons, so BB staggers are pretty threatening in that regard. But nice 2C from Adrock.
Yeah, that's also something that you have to like stop Hibiki from doing. Is like you can't let him do that for free either.
Nice. You got Grand Viper. Nice conversion. We have Sonic Spin Dash as well.
Got meaty. Not too sure what he tried to press. Now he's dead.
Me either. But that should be dead. As death.
Okay, now I can guarantee you that's death. These are all some very slow and patient rounds, which you kind of need to in this matchup, to be honest, because it's like Susano can't exactly rush down Hibiki, and Hibiki can't just like run at Susano because of his stubby normals.
Yeah.
So it's like they kind of have to play around their tools a little bit, and it's just whoever gets that hit is gonna take it to the bank.
I mean, they both can cash up pretty nicely, especially when Susano has seals or Piki gets like a nice counter hit. But it is, at the match, it does seem like it's basically about keeping your opponent in your optimal ranges.
It's not like where Susano has like usually bad defense. Like he usually does have bad defensive options because his buttons are slow. But usually against Hibiki, Hibiki has a lot of like few places where he can get hit for free, basically, if the opponent is looking for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Hibiki also has he has good stagger and he has good pressure in general, so it's like he can keep Susano there for a while if the Susano doesn't try to look for the things.
Yeah, absolutely.
It out.
You gotta be You can't be asleep against Hibiki, for sure. Nice
I
later on.
just realized that Gypta just held barrier there that entire time. Without
Yeah,
anything blocking.
not sure he wanted there. Nice conversion with the Spark Hands whiff. Adrock always in the lab with these fancy conversions, godlike meta combos, optimizations. It's a really fun play. It's a really fun player to watch, in my opinion.
Oh, that's definitely not what he meant. Oh, probably want to get the 2C maybe, but I guess maybe net play 8 is input, maybe.
Unfortunately, the curse of delay-based netcode. He definitely wants to bait a DP or super there.
Yeah, I think Adrock was watching Gypta earlier, and he's like, man, this guy is just like, he's not afraid to let that DP rip. I'm gonna let him do it. I'm gonna make him eat this fatal.
Okay, very nice Avari from Adrock.
I don't
putting him on set point.
I don't really agree with that burst Gypta did, because like Adrock had like a ton of resources for his seals, and like I don't know, that was a really hard fought battle.
Yeah, I don't agree with you either, but let's see what Gypta can do to get himself in a better place right now. He has to take this round though, he's out of winner side. Adrock's looking pretty dominant so far though.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he definitely wanted the DP there, but he messed up his input.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, does it there. RC's punishes the 5C from Adrock. Nice side swap. This should put him like in or right near the corner.
Now he's gotta worry about one DP. 2-wing Ash, okay.
I need to use likely, so why not?
Yeah, you can tell by the way like Gypta's like overdriving and like playing defense a bit. He's kind of scared to do some things.
I agree.
I think he's slightly at a loss.
Okay, X-Man Super hits. This is a very RPS heavy situation here. There's a lot of options Adrock has on his side.
Oh, I don't blame him for going for that option. JC hit him too.
So I see him going for a lot of 5Cs here. Is that a pretty strong option you feel in this matchup, Vice?
I think if someone does 5C and like in neutral without a button, then I think it's on accident. Because like usually you want to go for something else.
Okay. So
I did notice a lot that when Adrock had Gypta down, you know the 5A hit stop OS, he was kind of messing that up. Like he was obviously baiting the DP, but he kept mistiming it.
Yeah, I could tell. He's usually pretty consistent with that, but it could have been like a lot of things at this point.
Alright, I think for the last match for our block, I believe, is Oni versus Small Fry.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. This will be Ragna versus Arakune.
I have not seen Small Fry play in so long. It's been a second for me.
Yeah, I actually haven't played him since Combo Breaker 2018, so it's gonna be interesting to see how he's evolved since then.
Yeah, I haven't played him since he came down to my local in 2019, I believe, in the summer to play me. But I know Oni in the beginning, like earlier last year, near the end, like he didn't understand how to fight this matchup at all because like he has no experience against Arakune or very little, which is why like Spooky kept blowing him up. But I think now he's obviously way more prepared for Arakune now. But of course, not all Arakune is gonna play the same though. So it's gonna be a matter of can he adapt to the player and not the character.
Yeah, absolutely. Very defensive ground start from Small Fry. Oni definitely wants to shut him down as fast as humanly possible. Gets a conversion. Nice full curse. And now Oni's in the blunder. Nice from the corner. Right. What?
Also,
I got hit. I got tagged.
I got hit. Oh.
Okay. Almost full recurse. Oni overdives. Gets cursed though, so let's see how long he keeps going. See if we can round the clock.
Optionally, you want to do the longest like overdrive combo that you can with Ragna. Oh, okay.
So gets the D Inferno across up. It drops though, but at least he's out of curse now. Gets crouching hit. Sugai wants none of that and bursts out back in neutral. Only trying to avoid getting cursed again. But
I love the way that Small Fry is using the 6D, the bell bug, to prevent Oni from just air dashing in at him. Instead of like using Spider or, you know, trying to run away.
And the Gauntlet Hades, the god.
Yo, that overhead is broken. Please nerf it.
Yeah, no, honestly, guys, Gauntlet Hades is the best overhead in the game.
Why did you? Who gave an overhead that's special cancelable on block and it's 20 frames? Who did this?
Mori. Okay.
Oh, good air throw tech.
I'm
gonna be real. I think it's pretty hard to tech air throws in this game, and like to be mentally prepared for it and like tech them is pretty difficult. I think.
Especially in some of these, like, that was a very odd situation. But now Small Fry got a hit. He has full curse. He has gas on Oni, taking him to the corner. Okay, Oni gets overhead. I think that was overhead. I think.
Yeah, it was an invisible 6A. I couldn't see it.
Very clean round from Small Fry here. Definitely showing what Arcune is known for.
Cleaning up the business. Instead of like exterminating all the bugs, he comes to your home and infests your house with bugs.
You know, he can't kill his own bugs, so he's infect you with more. But looks like Oni trying to play Exterminator here. Okay, very good pressure from Oni. Opens him up with Gauntlet Hades the second time. Gets
wow.
by the bugs.
That was kind of an odd scramble.
To say the very least.
Oh, the classic Arcane traps.
Very good movement by Oni here, though. Navigating the bugs. As I said, he gets tagged and is not fully cursed. He has burst, but I don't think he wants to spend it right here.
Nah, I think if he gets hit again, he's gonna burst. Because he has meter to kill.
Okay, yeah, curse right now, thank God. Gets a counter at 5B. Okay, RC's and takes the whole corner.
Alright, now Oni's gotta look out for Wake Up Super, probably. I think that's the one thing.
Laser.
Yep.
RC's. The second in the air. Good DP from Morikage. Very good DP. Okay, and Oni opens him up with a stagger and a 2B.
That was an insane game one. Like it kind of looked like Oni was like he was about to hit with the oh no, it's Arcune and I'm gonna die because I can't block the curse. But he really brought it around, keeping up like making his offense so good that like the defense just doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people will try to get that against Arcune. Just overwhelm him on offense so he can't get started. Easier said than done, but Oni pulled it off there pretty nicely.
Small Fry had some like really good ideas, like the bell bug to prevent Oni from just air dashing in on him. Using spiders and like using 2C to like make sure that you can't just run up to him.
Yeah, for sure, because Arcune wants to be able to set up his stuff in neutral so he can get curse and then run his game plan. But I actually would like to see. I mean, it hasn't been as applicable as it has been in some footage in the past, but like you mentioned, Air Gauntlet Hades here could be pretty good against Arcune.
Yep, Oni just running forward. He doesn't. I think he's counting like the position where Small Fry is jumping and like how many jumps he's keeping track of.
Very smart challenge from Morikage. You saw the bug deploy. He's, I'm running off. I'm going in. Drops the conversion, but still gets a nice chunk of damage. Gets tagged by a counter spider. No conversion.
I'm really also loving these air throw attempts by Oni. Like these are things you have to like try to go for to catch Arcune.
Okay, in curse. Let's see what the mix-up is. It's hit by overhead bug. Guard crush.
Last mix-up. Oh no, curse is about to. Never mind. Yeah.
DP and laser super for the win.
I was about to say, nah, he's fine. Like he's running out of curse. So I remember, like, oh wait, negative edge. Some of the last few bugs.
Nice bait on the 3C by Oni. Nice conversion. You got 3.2. Yeah, 3.2.
The reason why Small Fry is going for the 3C at round start is because Ragna players are known to press the 5B, the Jesus kick at round start, and that move, Arcane's 3C does beat Jesus kick.
That empty low by Oni is so smart, and he takes round 2 with a perfect on-set point.
Hey man, Arcade, like he may deal the damage, but like if your defense is not immaculate with Arcade, then it's kind of rough to be honest.
I mean,
but
yeah,
let's be real here. Nobody feels bad.
I mean, it's Arcade. You made your choice of character selects. Hey, very clean round so far from Small Fry.
Oh, the meaty spider.
Oni hits overdrive. Gets a hit. Let's see what he does with it.
He's gonna get a decent amount of health back.
Okay, it goes for the reset.
Oh, nice Abare.
You definitely have to take a stand there.
Yeah, you can also tell that Spellfry knows that Oni is just trying to run up to him after he does the spider, so he's throwing 2D to stop his run, to force him to block.
That's extremely smart, yeah. Okay, so game 2 goes for Small Fry. Definitely looking a lot more in control of this game.
He cleaned up a few errors here and there in his neutral play, and some very few neutral situations that helped him in the end to get the game.
Yeah, for sure. He definitely kept things a lot tighter.
I think the one thing Small Fry does need to be more considerate about is that if he gets caught by Ragna, he's gotta be more aware. Because Onikage has shown in this matchup, man, I need to kill Arcane fast. Which is why we're seeing Gauntlet Hades probably is more often than we probably usually shouldn't see.
Mm-hmm.
It's more man, if I let this character go, I just die. So I need to take some risks to kill him faster than he can kill me. And if Small Fry can make the adjustment to either block the unblockable or get out with a Bare, Arcane has some good buttons, then he should be fine.
As you say that, first hit goes to Onikage, nice air throw. Let's see what the conversion looks like. Okay, gets the corner. Arcane's health's basically already half gone. Nice.
Oh, there.
Sorry, from Small Fry, like you said.
Alright, Spider mix? Oh no, he's going for the cloud, okay. Mixing it up a little bit.
Gets countered by 2C. HP fail starter. Nice knockdown, 4K.
Grab, okay.
That's on the throw.
Oh, smart. He wants the bugs.
The unblockable saves today. Oni on the set point this time.
That was really smart because I believe Small Fry fuzzy jumped when he overdrive, so he couldn't have the chance backdash or have bugs save him. So Gunhead is smart.
Small Fry here, very good anti-air. It's almost full curse. Now we're in curse. Very dangerous situation for Onikage. That's guard broken with no conversion. And let's see. Guard break 6A.
Oh, resets him. Kind of just walks forward.
Purple throws him. Okay.
Oh my god!
The disrespect from this Arcane player. You should have seen it coming.
Man, Oni, man, normally if you get hit by one purple throw, okay, that's fine, but you got hit by it twice.
Hey, Oni's definitely feeling a little angry right now. I don't blame him. Very good round start. Nice conversion. Gets the safe jump. IAD JC opens him up.
Oh.
But purple goes him in a revenge.
That looked like a throw counter. Oh no.
Oni taking game 3 with a perfect. That was definitely probably the most interesting set we commentated today.
that last round was a pretty awkward round. Oni kind of just he stood there rapping and didn't do anything. Didn't hold down back. Didn't hold back. He just stood there. Then when he Small Fry tech, he just walked forward, grabbed him.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I could tell he wanted. He definitely wanted that burst. You ever see a match play? You can tell what's going through at least one of the players' heads.
You mean in that last round?
Yeah, I can definitely tell what's going through his head. Okay, so this was the last game before top 8. So stay
Uh,
tuned. We'll take a break, and after we'll be back with your regular top 8 commentators.
Actually, before we end it off, just in case, I forgot to do this last time, and I felt ashamed not to do it again. But this time, I'm gonna do it. Just for those that are just tuning in, I'm gonna make one last reminder. We do have a Matcherino for Boston Blue Beat, so if you do want to do the Matcherino, someone should be posting the link. Streamlabs. There we go. There's the bot. Go to that link and put in the code Boston Blue Beat BB5, and you should be all set.
All right.
But I believe that should be the end of our. Yeah, that is the end.
So I was Base Tuxedo Mask.
And on my school, I had a lot of fun commentating with you again, man.
Yeah, for sure. We should do this again sometime.
Man, I'm never gonna do 4-hour sleep schedule. Never doing that again.
I'm never taking an Uber in Friday traffic.
Oh. Anyway, we're gonna go to a break now. We'll see you guys later, and we'll be
everyone
back.
Enjoy some more Blaze Blue.
Welcome everybody to Top 8 of Boston Blue Beats 2.12. We've had some pretty nutty matches recently. I am actually absurdly jealous. I really wanted to commentate Bullet on the screen, but unfortunately Vandal is out of bracket. But instead, we still got some really sick matches coming up today. And I am joined by Ben Pai.
Hello, what's up, Tweedo? How's it going?
I'm good. I had like a cheesesteak earlier. I didn't get food coma, so I'm very, very proud of myself.
I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad you could you toughed through that cheesesteak to make it to commentary with me on this. We're in top 8, right?
Yes, we're in top 8, and we've got some really cool matches coming in today. And it's really, I think this bracket has been interesting in the sense where like a lot of the regulars haven't been able to show up, or they're just not in for this week. And then instead we've gotten some like really interesting matches coming in. So for example, Gypta and Nachos probably being some of the most notable players that have been able to make it in the bracket. It's been really fun to see. However, we have Kagura versus Mai. Is it going to be Mai?
He looks like it.
Okay, understandable. So yeah, we're going to be having these two duke it out, which should be a lot of fun. I'm really glad that Serpent was able to join us. I think he got in a little last minute. I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to pop in, but I'm glad that he is.
Yeah, I kind of like watching Kagura a lot more now since I've kind of taken him up as a side character. Pretty entertaining character. Always love seeing the big damage, just the health bars evaporate.
Yeah, super cool. Both players have definitely some pretty good confirms. I think I've seen way more like just Kagura confirms in general out of Serpent. But Koji's definitely no slouch when it comes to damage.
That my movement can be hard for Kagura to deal with. Kagura has definitely not got the best movement and some really slow buttons. So let's see if Serpent can find the magic sort of space to be at, and or just the magic hits, I guess, to just kill him before he even has to deal with her.
Yeah, I feel like really early burst coming in from both players. All right, we're gonna go straight into my pressure. Now the really good. Oh, never mind. He got opened up. It's gonna be 3.6.
Kind of screw up the dive. I think it was supposed to be the charged one, but he's still got a really good position here, just kind of keeping him out.
Yeah. So one of the big things about Mai in this matchup, I feel, is just that her ability to just not commit certain actions versus Kagura, who has to pretty much make a lot more slower movements to get where he wants to be, is really, really big. Oh, guard. Wow. Okay, we're going straight for the reversal super. That's guard point, so it can be thrown, but he was committing to a strike.
He's dead.
With RC, yeah, for sure. Oh, no
yeah,
meter.
He's no meter. Didn't even need the meter.
Damn.
Not even worth my super, he said.
Yeah. Both players actually had a really even OD.
Yeah, but both players are back pretty evenly, and that first round was pretty close.
Yeah. I think the early bursts ended up not being too crazy for this next round. Koji getting their burst back first. However, we'll see if he pops it. Maybe on the next confirm, not too sure. Koji, definitely the type of player that will burst a bit earlier than some other people we've seen before.
Like, I bet he'll burst his next hit if he Serpent finds him.
Possibly.
Oh.
Yes! There it is. Oh, wow! Use the body invuln? This could kill with OD. Oh, for sure. Active flow, you can just EA.
Yeah, didn't even need it. Didn't even need an active flow. Just like, oh, let me get all that damage for you.
So yeah, Wyvern has guard point against projectiles. However, the messed up thing about that is because it's guard point, Mai, if I remember correctly, is able to flip out of her drives on contact. So on hit or on block. Meaning that she can still jump up JD, redirect it, or have it make contact with Wyvern, and then just flip again, and she'll still be out of range. Of course, then you have to...
I think if she commits to the second part of JD, because it counts on block, I don't think she can cancel it. The first part I do think she can, though.
Yeah, the first part for sure. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, and there goes
oh, we got an instant switch.
Yeah, instant switch coming from Koji. Not too surprising. They are definitely willing to play the counter pick game, which is totally valid.
Yeah.
Izanami is definitely something I would like to counterpick too.
Yeah,
If
completely. Even with Wyvern, completely like separate projectiles from her are just really easy to throw out, and she's got one of the best buttons probably to go under Wyvern, like deal with it, which is 2B.
2B definitely a very bonkers button in a lot of respects. And on top of that, yeah, bits are definitely way less committal than even Mai's drives, because she can just, move however she wants to during the activation.
Yeah. Ooh.
I'm not sure how good of a starter that is, but
Pretty good. And on counter hit, it was gonna wall bounce. He definitely was gonna get a follow up, bring him to the corner. I would estimate about 4K.
Oh, that was so good. The orb actually caught Koji during the slide. Okay.
Ooh, cut him low. Not gonna get much from this yet.
The positioning's great though. Oh, instant overhead.
And he should be dead from this actually.
Oh my god, no. Drops the combo. Nice curse. Oh, there goes the active mode. Started. Pretty good confirm here. We're going to go straight into the corner. We're going to set up ribcage and active mode. Oop, just active mode. See, now observe how Koji decides to just back off with that active mode. Doesn't have to commit too hard, but he's unable to block. Ooh, Serpent trying to drive cancel, but gets caught up or get out. Covers him. Ooh, and a great flash kick on the 6B. Oh my lord. For net play, that is an amazing reaction.
Yeah, and Serpent puts himself on match point with that.
Yeah, that is super good.
Cody still has plenty to work with here. He's about to get his burst back.
Wow, the JB hit the Wyvern. Ooh, ribcage up from mid-screen. We're going to go straight to the corner. Bulwark to get back some of that barrier.
And pops it, keeps his barrier.
Oki. Active mode, ribcage. What's the mix? Ooh, command grab. I definitely got hit, even though we didn't. Oh, gets hit by Raw 214A.
He wasn't ready for the hit. It looks like still kind of can't get quite a full confirm here.
Oh my god. Just straight up ignore the potential for an EA and just decided to mash. Now that's not necessarily like a bad option by any means, because it's
he had the health to take it, and Kagura wasn't an active blow or anything, so Kagura found a counter assault out and now gets a big hit of his own. This is gonna
oh my still gets the hit with the wall bounce we were talking about earlier. Oh, wanted to check for the burst. Has active flow, so his overdrive, so his burst meter's getting back up. Oh, he gets a clip on a JD. Back to neutral. Oh, and just get clipped by the slide. So one of the things that I find that Koji likes to do a lot is that Koji will stall a lot with just floats that are high in the air. However, oh my god, an early burst from Serpent as well. Not sure if I agree with it. His burst is basically the same for the rest of the round.
It can be a bit scary against Izanami, but Kagura does have like I'd say his DP's a decent tool against Izanami. It not only will it just rip through barrier if he has the meter to RC after, but it's also just really high and really fast.
Yeah, it's a very, very big hitbox. Super useful. Alright.
Top low.
Forward. Get that barrier back.
He's in the blender. He also managed to exhaust Izanami's burst now, so if he can get the hit, he can definitely turn this around.
That's good, but that depends on. Never mind. Flash kick coming out. RC caught but doesn't follow up.
He was not ready for that to work.
Oh, caught with the fatal 5DA.
That should be it. Not to curse him this time.
Drops. Oh, just barely did it kill.
Magic pixel.
He just chipped out. Yep. With the Wyvern. Oh my god. And Serpent takes it 2-0. That was a really, really nail-biter last round right there. Like, if Serpent doesn't land, like, 2 of those hits, that game goes entirely differently.
Yeah, if he didn't get that DP and start his own, get his own momentum going, it could have been really bad for him, because, like you said, he had already expended burst, and Izanami just, had him on the luck. She was running her game.
Yeah, super, super good. Honestly, from both players, I'm very excited to see how the rest of Koji's run shakes out. I'd still like to see.
I was gonna say that was winners, right?
Yeah, that was winner side. Unlike these, actually, is this losers? Who did Adrock lose to in bracket? Because I think Oni got knocked down, or am I just capping entirely? I might just be capping. Either way, this is Oni Kage and Adrock. It's Susano versus Ragna. Y'all have seen this before. I think we haven't seen Adrock versus Oni that much, but these two guys play a lot in casuals. As far as
it is a pretty common matchup to see in our brackets most weeks, honestly, at this point. but you know, many different players of both Ragna and Susan, so it usually has a bit of a different twist on the match each time you see it. Okay, a bit of a passive start. 2C kind of clipped Onikage landing there.
Yep. Oh, gets an early OD, wants to get advantage and a lot of good seals up. And choosing for level 2 tackle and DP, and those are definitely solid ones to go with. Oh, and wheel as well. Oh my lord.
Oh yeah, he's already got wheel down. He's got Grand Viper. He's got like everything he really needs.
Yeah, wow. Level 2 wheel on top of that. Next hit could easily kill.
Onikage's being careful, and that's understandable. Gets a nice hit. He's gonna bring him not quite to the corner, but a very good amount of carry.
Yeah. Oh my. Jesus.
He hesitated and basically died for it, but chose the burst, which was kind of, you know, brave, but he can make it work.
Brave is an interesting word. I would be meaner, but that's only because I know Oni. But either way, this pressure is actually going really well. Oh my goodness. Next hit, with enough meter. Oh, never mind. Ah, damn.
He did pretty good though. 4 burst I don't think is too bad for spending it very close to what seemed like the end of the round, so.
I will say if he died in like 1 touch sooner, I would have yelled at him more for it, but because he managed to hold on for a little bit longer, that's not as bad. Adrock opting for an early burst here, wants to retain his momentum. Ooh, great pressure reset over there. Orb is super great for pushing people out, even though you're a little bit minus. It's also like fast. Anyway, we have mad seals going off on deck. Onikage deciding to DP out, doesn't give a... oh my lord. And the pressure, Gauntlet Hades. RC2. This is going to be solid damage over here. That RC is going to help build up active flow as well. OG's coming up for Onikage. Next hit definitely means a good amount. 6B overhead, and the active flow is triggered, meaning this is going to do more damage. Goes down for the Nightmare Edge. Ender, 2-8. Yup, check him, jail him. Oh, Gauntlet Hades RC again. Kill him.
He did not let him breathe, but that's exactly what you have to do.
Oh my lord, that was so cool. And the burst advantage is healed towards Oni. Pops OD, speaking of which, we're going to go straight to the corner. Easy 3 points, 5, bare minimum. Just kidding, 4.4. Oh, so good.
Yeah, that Ragna round share damage.
Oh, fatal.
I think he hesitated on that anti-air.
Yeah. Ooh, gets
got that one though.
Yup, super good. Ooh, blocks the 6B, DPRC, let him know. Oh, gets clicked on the JC. Oh, Adrock is bold right now, 6D, 6B, oh boy, we're gonna get a lot of good seals here. We have Wheel, we have Sand Kick, and DP.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, and he threw it all away. You can't be DPing like that. Oh, in that situation where Adrock also has DP to call it out as well, that is extraordinarily risky, and he paid for it.
I understand the risk though, because it's sort of like, you know, if the opponent isn't expecting it because he doesn't have the meter, maybe he'll get hit by it. But at the same time, if he doesn't, well...
I suppose it's just like, you get a knockdown and then you still have to play a little bit RSPS because Adrock at that point gets enough meter to threaten DPRC. So then you still have to deal with that, you know? So it's a very, very risky situation. I mean, if it works, then you're it's like... It's one of those things where it's like, if it works and you win, you're godlike. If it whiffs and you die, oh wow, why did you do that?
Yeah.
But it's just like, it's a lot of risk. And I think that was built off the momentum that he just had. I think he just really wanted to take it back. But either way, we're going straight into match 2 right now. Oh, 2C anti-air. This is going pretty damn well for Adrock.
Got early level tackle, got wheel, got DP, got level 3 tackle. Oh, gets a weird knockdown, and Onikage just mashes out, swaps sides on him, says, my corner now.
Says, I don't like this very much. How about you do with it? DP on deck for Adrock, though, doesn't decide to use it, just opts the barrier.
Onikage's playing a little more respectfully. Keep pressure up, though. Ooh, good up back.
Great. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, there's the DPRC. Active flow on deck for Onikage. Adrock wants to wait this out. Oh, try to bait him again with the 6B. Oh, DP, come on, chill. And he knew Oni was going to DP there again. Oh, my lord. He just backed up and called it out like, come on, do it. Oh, Jesus Christ. 5 seed ever living hell out of Onikage. Oni's still DPing out. Great 5A anti-air. We're going straight to the corner. I don't think Adrock is going to pop. Oh, purple throw. Somebody's got push-ups to do. Oh, please tell me this didn't hit. Oh my. Can't be doing it.
I have no idea if that was the biggest like read ever, or if he misinputted something doing that little shimmy.
God, I think he wanted to bait out a DP in kind and then just carnage scissors through it, just to be like rude.
Just to be rude. It's always the best word I've heard to describe that.
Onikage is a hard player and he will do whatever he wants sometimes. Either way, he's taking it. Adrock straight to the corner here. 2A, dash up 2A. You've seen it before. Adrock mashing out. Sword unlocked. Oh, DRC, but he couldn't continue any of the pressure. And now Adrock has orb and sword to deal with. Draw. Onikage, there's the orb right there. Great for pressure. He has to burst out there. He dies otherwise.
Adrock just at a very good position, has a ton of unlocks. 50 meter. Literally just kills Ragna with like a normal. Doesn't even need to do a combo here.
Yeah, offensively, very defensively. Sword super just straight up kills at this point.
Oh,
Speaking,
Yep. Very good OD.
Yeah. I can't be mad if I'm risking the throw, but OD's on deck, and you have to consider that. I think that would also eat up 6D if you just go straight into EA.
Yes, it would have. It's 6D because that move whiffing really just leaves Ragna in a uh-oh.
Yeah, it's a super, super risky situation right there. Nobody, Toito, Oni, a hard player. All right, Fantas, you also go blah at every chance you get. Don't even start with me. You say that every time Susan's on screen. That's insane that you said that. What's also insane is the fact that we've gotten so many Matcherino donations. Be sure to hit that exclamation point Matcherino. Give our players money. Give them money so you can pay yourselves. It's free too if you use that code, BB5. I'm going to type it on there because nobody else has. Oh, never mind. Korenzik did. What a good person. Anyway. The next match is going to be Nachos. Ooh, this is going to be really good. I actually love seeing Nachos play. I think they're like super fun.
Nachos is a very fun Ragnar to watch, and like you had already said, I'm pretty surprised, but I'm glad he did join bracket this week.
Yeah, they haven't actually. I don't think they've joined bracket very much before, and if at all. So it's really cool to see them. I personally haven't played Nachos very much, but they're a really interesting Ragna player in my opinion, if only because they're probably the most willing to play defensively if the situation calls for it. I'm saying willing because they're a nut like anybody else. But I think this will be really, really fun to watch and see the differences between some of the other Ragna players that we got. You know?
And we got a Hibiki, we got Squish.
Yeah, Squish hitting top 8, which is actually really, really cool to see. I love them playing. They're also like super young, and Nachos I think is actually like super old. This is kind of like, actually I don't know how old Nachos is. Don't quote me on that one. I might just be capping, but I'm pretty sure he's been at it for a little while. Oh, Nachos is 42. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, he's also 14. That also makes sense.
Nachos is 14. Nachos is 42.
No,
Somewhere in between there, maybe.
Somewhere. I hope somewhere in between there. That'd be crazy if it was like 60. Oh, see, look at this nice, calm, neutral compared to the violence that we have before. Got JC, JD, living their best life with that JA. I think Nachos is like the king of JA. That man will push that button so much, and I think it's really useful against him. Actually, don't quote me on this one, but I think Hibiki JVB might still beat it out, but
Hibiki GBB is a very good button, but I think like you know, it's just a good check, especially for someone like for Ragna, for someone like Hibiki, who's like to be in the air a lot and a pretty high up DP, and it also works in his favor. Gives him the corner.
Ooh, tries to mash out of the OD with 5BB. Doesn't really get anything for it. However, they're still in neutral. Nothing too crazy yet. Both players have a lot of meter to work with. Nachos also has OD. Are we going to see an OD confirmed soon? Nope.
Maybe next hit?
Perhaps. Counter assault coming in for Squish. You're going to see DPRC soon. He's got the meter for it. Nope, opts to play calmly. And he's got Active Flow coming in, actually. Probably off the next hit. Ooh, gets the B. This isn't gonna kill, but the next good hit will. Edge, getting a little bit of health back. Oh my lord. That could have been a miracle right there. So bold. Oh my, optus to 60 in. Active flow triggers. He's got OD on deck. If he pops OD, this is death. But he doesn't. Come on. Okay, Jesus Christ, that was so risky. The 3C whiffed, but he still just decided to DP RC anyway.
Well, I don't know if I would have agreed with not ODing on that last confirm, but it did save him OD for this round, so see what you need to...
Jesus, getting tossed. Yeah, those air throws are super good. Great conversion from Nachos here, too.
A little patient, waiting for a DP maybe.
Opening up by 60 again. 60 again.
Early burst, or well, kind of early burst.
Yeah, it's the middle of the round at this point. Oh my, bold DP right there. I am surprised he still got clipped by that. Oh, caught trying to J3D. Nacho's very willing to super jump JA or super jump throw in order to check Squish's movement. However, I believe 236 AC, Izuna drop should still catch. Oh my lord, she missed it. I think Izuna drop might still catch. Nacho's trying to do that. I forget if it's throw and vault specifically. Gets peeled up.
Yeah, okay.
Corner.
Keeping the pressure up, gonna get a knockdown. He's gonna opt a safe jump. No. Backs up.
Back up. Yeah. Probably trying to just hard bait DP there. Catch a Squish with that JA again. Oh, cross up JP.
Raw throw and wake up. I don't know if it got crossed up or something. Ooh! Oh, blocked the 6B, but got hit by the 6D fatal.
Oh, gets clipped by the 2A right there.
This will be it.
My curtains. OD, super. There it is. I don't think the game.
Very clean. Very clean rounds from Nachos there. Very good showing from Squish though.
Yeah, it's been super good. So again, like what I like to highlight is just the difference in neutral. I think is very. I think the difference in neutral is very apparent compared to last game, compared to the last set. Like just looking at the difference between how Oni and Adrock play super offensively versus how Nachos and Squish are willing to play out neutral for a little while longer and feel each other out.
Oh, was that the first game? I thought that was.
Oh wait,
Shit.
what?
Yeah, right. I guess I'm bugging.
Okay.
Also, I didn't.
Okay.
What was that tease on the Tiger? I was actually just about to be like, "What's going on? Am I watching the same match?"
Yeah, aerodynamic. Okay, yeah, I was like, oh my, what the hell? Like, we've seen some like crazy like character switches like in these brackets. So at this point, like anything's on the table. Like the day I saw Jiyukin through me, I was like, all right, like anything is possible. And then he picked easy away. And I was like, oh. But that's neither here nor there. We have some more matches right now. So let's see how this starts up. I think they're both just gonna back up. Yeah. Both of them just up backing, just figuring out what's up. Gets clipped by the JD, caught with the backdash off the JC.
It doesn't quite get a solid confirm off either of those. Doesn't quite hit on a knockdown, so we're still just at neutral, but he's just chipping away at him right now.
Yeah, neither player, well, Squish not really converting too crazily off these. Oh, that was a good bait on the 6A right there. So you can see like a lot of Nachos' options, like he'll just up back J like a ton. And it's been really successful, but we haven't seen a lot of like JBBs in response from Squish in order to handle that. I'm not sure if he's aware of like its use.
How to deal with it or anything.
Yeah, I think he might not be used to a Ragna player JA quite as much. Oh, problem, let's say. Okay. Oh, here's the classic jump back air dash Jason from Ragna. Yeah, it's gonna be solid damage here too.
Nachos seemingly just letting himself be really comfortable at this certain space where he knows like he can't do too much, and then just reacting to kind of what Squish tries to do. Like if he jumps up in the air, he starts chasing him with JA. He's trying to approach on the ground. He'll start throwing out his buttons.
Yeah, definitely meticulous. But let's see how he handles this pressure right here. Super drop Oki's very good. Odd decides to DP, has the meter for it. Saw the save. Knew it was going to be blocked at the very least. Even an air backdash would have gotten caught at that point with how low he was.
Yeah.
Oh my Jesus Christ, okay. That's
pretty hard. Yeah, pretty hard call out on, I guess, with the backdash. But then was a little hesitant. Thought Nachos might have DP'd or something. Nachos got a free mash out.
Yeah. So a lot of jumping coming in for both. Oh,
Ooh.
there's the Azuna drop. I want to see if there's any more to discourage some of these like jumping JAs. I think that'd be a very good 5C counter hit. Gets the pickup.
5C and
Oh, that was such a low. Oh my goodness. Okay. Gets the burst. Wants to keep him in the corner. Oh, DP, but didn't commit to blocking afterwards. Now we have to deal with Ragna pressure opened up by the 6B. Doesn't convert off of it though, so we're stuck blocking again. 2A, 2A. 60 to bait out a low option. Super, super good for that.
Yeah, Nachos didn't quite confirm it though. Even like ran up for a throw, but was just didn't get close enough.
Yeah, it's an awkward range, I guess, for that confirmed there. But either way, next it's definitely going to kill. Ooh, wanted to bait out some sort of option. But again, he's just super willing to just jump back JA, and that will take the set.
Yeah, Ragna's JA did crazy work in this set.
Yeah, like I feel like half of what I was saying in neutral is just Nachos is
JA.
Nachos something something something, and Nachos does JA. Wow, these JAs. Will he check the JA? And like in the last round, you know, we saw some of the Azuna drops come in, and I was like, oh, okay, that's sick. But he just didn't commit to a lot of these air-to-airs. I think a lot of people expect Ragna's, you know, to play a lot more of like grounded game, or you know, at least like IADJC, instead of just playing so non-committally with like, you know, double jump JA and just backing up, and then a couple air throws here and there. So I think it was very interesting and a differently paced game from what we've seen so far and what we're about to see as well. And I would love to see a lot more from both players. Fantas is teasing. He's not actually out. He's just
he might have been checking his buttons. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's been playing in the tournament, so
he's trolling. I know.
He's trolling. He's trolling. You think he's trolling?
This is one of the few chances I get to make fun of Fantas. But he plays against Spooky a lot, so he knows how to handle this matchup like pretty decently.
Yes. Yeah. So I don't think Tsubaki. So Tsubaki's pretty fast. Her speed is very good, which I feel like can be good at trying to catch Arakune. But her air buttons are a little weird because like she doesn't have any that really reach above her, which is kind of where Arakune is going to be trying to hang.
Yeah, that's the very awkward part. JB is a pretty good anti-air, but JA is very, very weird in that its angle again is limited. And JC is of course a war crime. I will continue to state it as such. But for the purposes of like air-to-airing, not really.
Yeah, not the most, and especially like a bit above her, like which is what we should want. Although that really early burst from Arakune that eliminates overdrive. If he gets cursed.
Oh, he got checked. I think he thought it was walk. Oh yeah, that's the teleport right there. Anyway, no, not the. It's like a grab. I always forget it's technically called. Oh, try to go for the air for there, whiffs it. Oh, okay, yeah. Confirm that it was a walk and then just 2A to match for it. Or that was countered it. Okay. The dive. Oh, crossing up there.
Yeah, the cute little mix up there on the wake up.
Yeah, he does that a lot. Oh, bananas? Banana.
Bananas. It only needs one hit. And
see,
there it is, the double overhead.
Hate JC. I hate it so much. It's so annoying. But you can see, like, again, like what you were pointing out earlier, Ben, with like a lot of the just Fantas's being ability to get in was just through like dashing or air dashing.
Yeah, no, Tsubaki's speed is really good, like her air speed, her ground speed. The only issue I feel like she'd have in this matchup would be just maybe trying to get Arakune out of there, but it hasn't seemed to be like even needed to be a problem for Fantas right now. He's keeping him like grounded and in his pressure, like very fine. Oh, but that 3C.
Classic, right when we say that.
Yeah, right.
We're going back to curse. Let's see what the mix is. Oh, good counter assault.
Got away with it.
Oh, gets hit by Shard. This is dead.
Yeah, super. No, doesn't even do.
Yeah, so the cool thing about counter assault is because it hits Arakune and knocks him away, it disables bugs for a short period of time. So he wanted to press on Small Fry immediately, but he didn't get the chance to do so, so he got clipped by the bug and actually just died. And we're seeing the early burst coming in from Fantas in order to prevent getting cursed. And seeing that situation again, but well, lo and behold, he still got hit. Now doesn't have any burst or OD to deal with after the fact. Unlike Small Fry, who's popped OD, he wants to make the most out of this curse.
Yeah, this is gonna hurt. He's also gonna have enough for one mix-up, which I guess is what the curse is for.
Wow. If he confirmed that properly, that actually would have just killed him.
Yeah, he would have had super. Oh no, but Spencer kind of flubbed the confirm, and Small Fry just stupid in burst trouble.
Yeah, noticed he was still in recovery, and then just went, ooh, this is free. Reversal super.
Like how Fantas has an Arakune avatar.
Yeah, he's had that one for a while, I think. I don't know why. Might press him on that later.
Maybe it's his secret main. Maybe he's building it up. About to drop it on all of us.
That'd be insane. But yeah, nothing. I'm really curious to see how both players adapt. I think there was a few scrambles that just ended up going unfortunately. But I do like the burst management coming in from both players. I'm curious to see how Small Fry adjusts to Fantas' approaches.
Okay.
Again, try to set up for Cloud, but Tsubaki's just fast.
Yeah, she got up. She got up there real quick.
Yep.
Getting pressure up. Knife. Counter hit.
Yep.
Do some decent damage. Leave him in, I think, one hit range out.
Command grab. 2 stocks built up. And this is... That would have killed. Oh, decided the RC there. Caught tripping.
Well, that was a very clean, very fast round from Fantas there. Ooh, got caught with the second hit for 2C there. Air unblockable. Must let go of barrier. Got fatal on the overhead burst.
Yeah. Oh, burst coming in. Why did you try to dash up 6 AM? Oh my lord. Oh, picks up the blue beat. I think Small Fry was not expecting that attack there. RC available. Yep.
Oh, caught him, but didn't believe it. Oh, goes over the two-way match with the hammer. Still doesn't quite confirm it. Gets a throw. This should be it, unless he drops it again. No. And wow, he closed out that game really quick. Ties it up 1-1. Just
yeah, got cleaned up pretty solidly.
Like just said, no, this ain't over yet.
Yeah, Fantas going. Oh, I've played this before. What am I
it's like it's like, wait a minute, I've played Spooky. I get it.
Yeah, Spooky definitely opts for a lot of different options. Like, for example, the 4B. Oh, right, I forgot. Small Fry took the last game.
Yes. Yeah. No. I think what you're about to say was Spooky loves to use 6B.
Yeah.
Because it has that guard point.
Yeah, he's super good at calling it out. I'm curious to see if Small Fry opts to use it as well, because I think it's a pretty good check against people's suppression.
It is surprisingly good tool. I did not realize just how much use it actually could have, you know, if properly applied.
Yeah. I will say I think I'm even more curious to see how I still want to see Small Fry adjust his movement and where he spaces himself out in places, because we mentioned a lot. Actually, speaking of, he just gets flipped out right now. Just dashing in. I feel like I've said that every episode. In terms of just being able to just double jump and then set a bug or something, or go for Cloud instead of just doing it off a single jump. I think he's nervous about losing a lot of the air options after the fact. But because he's a lot more grounded, it's a lot easier for Fantas to just, commit to certain buttons. And,
yeah.
He's already almost dead.
Yeah, and he's made Small Fry use first. Oh, and baits out the super.
Oh,
and
traded. Oh,
I thought he dealt with that right, but there you go. I guess the hit closes it out. He tried to use knife. I think he's knife might have a little bit of body involved to safely punish it, but it's still traded, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, it's got body involved. I think the Beam Super is super weird in certain respects.
Yeah.
It definitely looks like it was a lab response to, which makes it more tragic. No stocks, however. Actually, oh my goodness. No stocks. Small Fry's already at almost half his health. Yeah, OG is not up. He doesn't even have any curse to make it work either. It's looking rough, and he just popped burst.
Yeah, kind of had to burst. This won't kill, but he's just... Oh, that was command grab. 100%.
Oh, I think we're pushing... Oh my god, that is low. Oh, he dropped it! Okay, backing up. Great JB coming in there. Alright, just get 2-way, so he's safe.
No fear.
Back.
There's no pressure, that should be it.
6B is super good for catching jumps, and yeah, Fantas takes the set 2-1. Damn.
Kind of just, it's I'm just gonna get the hit and win off of it, and it's exactly what happened the last 2 games there.
Yeah, it felt like I felt like the execution got a lot cleaner as the set progressed.
Yeah.
So at the beginning of the set, we saw a lot more scrambles, and Small Fry had a lot more opportunities to work with in order to gain curse, mix, run his game plan more, like, essentially. Meanwhile, in the other games, it felt like Dantis was not as, let's say, not as impatient to be in the driver's seat, and then kept him under control after the fact. Oh, Nacho's going. Oh, Nacho's opting for his 9.
9.
I actually have not played this 9. I know this is. I'm like 99% sure this has been a thing. Like, yeah.
Well, to be fair, I mean, if I were Ragna player and I had to fight 9, I probably too would pick up a 9 to not deal with. Well, certain Ragna matchups, but like this matchup just feels pretty rough for Ragna. Definitely not undoable though.
Yeah,
By
I'm
far.
actually. I'm a lot less familiar with 9 in general, and I have no idea how Ragna generally wants to work this matchup. All that. Yeah, that was definitely ice set.
Yeah, if Ragna can't quite get like his momentum going, it's a very rough time. 9 can just sort of play at the range she wants to all the time. He doesn't have a lot of good buttons to even like go under some of her more call-out buttons. Ooh, but here we go. This is where it can start.
Oh, great confirm off of the 5B. Oh, went for a blood type. That was good confirm. Doesn't manage to pick up afterwards. But yeah, Onikage managing to get his way in off that one hit. OD coming in. Oh, manages to mash him. Oh, and he just forward dashes out. Oh my god, I'm so mad.
I think Onikage was expecting either a reversal, maybe EA or something, but Nacho just said, I'm out.
And, okay, hold on a second. He backs up. Oh my lord. Yep, gets it with 4A. Okay, we are going straight to the corner stacks. Oh, stocks. Open Farioki on deck as well. Oh, Kunzanite blocks it. Oh, wow, that was impressive. Oh my god. Pops OD.
Ooh. Yep.
This, I don't know.
This is going to be close. I don't know if he can kill. This might be a little too early of a super.
Oh,
no, just kidding.
Let me eat my heart out. One of the really... Okay, hold on a second. Let's just see. I think Nacho's just going to literally just jump back button or something. Nope. Decided to go for
that button's a pretty safe one to go for. It's your 5A, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's 5A. I think it's like... C normal... Oh!
Does not get the pickup.
Oh, Onikage picking up a thing from Nacho's, opting for those J's a little bit there, putting in some work. Tried to tick throw. Oh, gets counter hit.
Oh, yeah, and another thing, 9 can only DP with a stock, and currently Nachos does not have any stock, so Onikage can really just go absolutely ham.
Yeah, has to burst out there. Didn't even have the meter for reverse super either. Alright, has mirror up. Not really as useful against Ragna. Oh my lord! He was going to shimmy throw, and it didn't work out, but that's a-okay. That Gauntlet 80s was bonkers. Oh, great ODDP coming in. And he takes the game. Oh my god, that was so freaking good from Oni.
I was gonna say that first round especially, I was feeling like, okay, like this is definitely going to Nachos. But Onikage turned around, and then that second one was a little less like Nachos favorite, but was still looking pretty favorable. And then Onikage just said, "No, hold up."
Yeah, that was really, really great patience. I actually love seeing Oni play a lot more patiently. I think it's super fun to see the difference in how he plays depending on the matchup. Nachos, yeah, opting to go for the Ragna. One of the things that I think we saw a lot was that 9 play, you can definitely tell how defensive Nachos is willing to play based on just how much he just backed up, especially in the first round of that, first game. Like, he just would like backdash a lot and all that jazz. I'm curious to see if his overall style will change with Ragna.
I don't know, but I do like me a good Ragna mirror. If you want me to be honest.
That is a-okay. You get a lot of Ragnas and Susans, but I don't think you actually get like
the mirrors.
The mirrors like really has much. Oh, 5C. Yep.
This would be a big start.
Yeah, good corner carry, 4K as well. Definitely worth it.
Especially against our Ragna.
Oh. Okay, DP's out. Yeah. Players just super jumping and trying to catch each other out in the air. Oh, great 5A coming in from Oni. One thing that I've been noticing a lot more from Oni Kage is that his anti-airs are actually like stellar. Like they're really freaking good. Oh, caught low, possibly trying to fuzzy jump or hit a button. I'm not entirely sure. Either way, active flow on deck for Nachos. Oh, decides to play patiently. There's the jump JA coming in from Oni this time. Oh my lord, he tried to go for instant. Tried to go for like TK Gauntlet 80s. What the hell? Oh my lord. Hellsfang coming in from downtown, and this will kill with RC on deck.
You know, the TK Gauntlet, I feel like that's just how Ragna players get sometimes in the mirror.
Yeah.
That's how I get when I play the Ragna mirror.
Both players.
Yeah. Oh, good nightmare.
Right. Okay, wow. Oh my lord, what a conversion.
Oh.
Already too much, but that was really interesting. You're gonna get hit by that 5B. You're gonna get hit by that too. Oh, with the 5B, it gets punished for it. A rare sight for a Ragna. Oh, good conversion to purple throw. Don't do it like that. He's coming in. DPRC. Oh, didn't quite get the side switch.
Oh.
Purple throw again. Oh,
Yeah, no TRM or anything. Just did not tech it.
Yep. Oh, IB is the 5B right there. Okay, pops the burst. Understandable. Ooh, DP, yeah. Wanted Nachos to whiff the DP entirely because he recognized that DPRC is on deck. Oh, okay. AA, and there's the air throw. So that's the really cool adjustment. Some of these air-to-airs is to just opt for like air throw, and I think some like other buttons, or maybe like you sit back and you sit back in DP. I was gonna say 6A, and there's the 6D. Gauntlet Hades gets blocked because of the fuzzy jump right there. Blocks the 6C, forced to back off. Oh, local Ragnar's JAing in here.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, yep, gets clipped. Kind of an awkward convert though. I'm not gonna do too much damage. DP, oh, DP in the air. You are a bold person. Okay, this is why I say Nachos is like low-key, like really wild. Okay, gets a pretty damn good conversion right there off of the 5D. This is definitely going to be curtains for Oni if he doesn't play it right. Nachos is popping that OP ASAP, and so is Oni Kage. Blocks the, oh my lord, okay. Oh, he tried to side swap and keep it fancy. No. Oh, he doesn't RC, so he's safe. Carnage Scissors. Oh, twice. OD. Okay. Oh, why did you?
They're not having it.
What? I don't get it. Why did he do that twice? He did Carnage Scissors and he lived. If I do Carnage Scissors YOLO and I live, I'm saying thank you by the grace of God. I'm going to make this life worth the most of it. But no. He does it again. And Nachos has OD, which we pointed out. He just holds a button. It's not hard to hold the A, B, C, D. That's all he did. He just died. Check the inputs probably if there's a replay available. Can't get in the mods.
Oh, and
Jesus, gets clipped by the 5B.
And now Nachos is default color and Onikage is blue.
Oh my lord. This is Jesus Christ. That's gonna make me so freaking hard. Okay, Oni, never mind, Oni did DP on offense like that. Okay, I think I see what's happening here. Oh, goes for the 3C safe jump. Oh, jumps back and catches it low. That was super saucy. Oh my god, I freaking love Gauntlet Hate. Oh, there's the 6A. Okay, doesn't get any conversions off of it. Wanted to go for 5D, that is kind of bold. Oh, picks up the JC. Ooh. Oh my god. That was nutty. What a convert. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna just chill out. Yep, we're gonna back. Look for it. We're going to the corner. Nightmare Edge Ender. Never mind. It's a purple throw. We have not seen that before. DP deck doesn't finish his food. Oh my. Jesus, okay. Never mind. Oh my.
I don't know what direction.
Did you see? What the fuck? Okay.
I can't. I don't know how to commentate these
decisions.
decisions.
Cross up DPRC. Okay, so Oh, they're right. This is Nacho's doing it. I got mixed by the colors.
Well, yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah, Mix, you're not even the one in the game right now.
I thought it was only Kage, like, blowing Nachos' back. I was like, oh my God, such a great job. Oh, OD's on the 5B. Oh, he got the freaking micro dash 5B. That was so sick. This is gonna be like 4K damage. Oh, it drops it. This is so weird. Okay, wait. Blocks it on the fuzzy jump. Gets tossed for his trouble, bro. OD is on deck for Nachos. Because we remember. Oh my lord. Purple throwing him just to let him know. TRM setup. Yep, he wants TRM there. He goes for that so much, and he has not TRM. Great awareness. Oh yeah, you cannot go for more pressure off of that tech air throw. Oh, he tried to wake up throw or something. Gets caught up on the Gauntlet Hades. For Nachos, this is going to be a lot of damage going on. Oh my lord, this sequence is a lot. Oh, techs the purple throw. Gets hit with the blood scythe. Okay, has to burst there. Burst also on deck for Nachos, but he gets hit by the YOLO blood scythe, and Onikage takes the set 2-1. What in the hell?
That was
Okay.
a Ragna mirror.
So, like, this is the really fun thing I love about seeing other players play of the same means, because you see, like, in the other sets, like, we were like, yeah, Nachos is patient, this and that, and then he descended into violence with Onikage, like, live on Twitch. You see that? That's what we call violence. That's what a Ragna mirror does to you.
Hey, I was gonna say, if you're in a Ragna mirror, peace is never an option.
Peace was not an option. Actually, it was not an option. It wasn't. There was like strategic war, and then like they got the bayonets out, and then they just kind of started slashing per se.
They ran out of ammo and just started running at each other.
Yeah, that was a little bonkers. Okay, I don't think this matchup is going to be any more patient. This is going to be Koji versus Fantas. I think these guys are actually 1-1 in sets at BBBO. So this would be. I am very curious to see how this plays out.
Dealing with Izanami, Fantas definitely has some experience. You obviously fought Koji plenty in bracket, and I want to say, I don't know if recently he has fought in Jacob in the past.
I'm not entirely sure. Jacob, also known as Cole. Jesus Christ, 2B. And he thinks that he beat 2B. Anyway, anyway, Fantas definitely has a good enough amount of matchup experience, and oh my lord, these blocks in a great match will definitely show that off. Koji opting for ribcage from mid-screen, does not give a damn, wants to get in immediately. And
He got.
So, oh my lord, Inferior is draining a lot though. Didn't get the chance to pop Bulwark, now she's in danger state. If this gets a good match on deck soon, it's looking a little rough for Koji. Doesn't matter, things are looking pretty good. Managed to stall out that danger state for a good amount of time. Pops OD, he wants to do a lot of damage here, but
a little too fast on the triggers there. Just gets reversal supered for his treble.
Yeah, I actually don't see that from Koji very much. Reversal super, at least on Izanami. I've seen it from his Mai a good amount. Oh, both players down backing. Fantas expecting a 2B. Oh, popped the ribcage in his face. Oh my lord. Okay.
Did get the punish for that DP though.
Yeah, he could have. Fantas could have ran up and just thrown, but I don't think he was expecting ribcage there. I don't think anybody was. Oh, yeah, caught him in the recovery there. That special right there has a decent amount of startup because Izanami was not in active mode already, so Fantas could just mash it. Doesn't matter though. Good float combo, 3C, the corner carry of the gods. Active mode there, sending out the bits, hold down the neutral, still gets slapped up. JCC, the classic, and we're going straight to the other corner. Active flow on deck as well. Bananas? Nope. Reversal super again. Wow.
Yeah, that super is very fast. I don't know if you can safe jump that off that setup. It's like 7 frames.
It's super good. But I'm just air throw, and he's in danger state. Oh, is he gonna block the OD? Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, just opting for EX bananas. The fully right. Tries to go for the low slide there, yeah. Fantas not having any of it, just jumping out, but still gets clipped by the 2B and the cross up JB.
Get crossed up by the very like that's the second knee or so, like.
Yeah, definitely opting for there. I think the reversal supers, I like them a lot. Not just because they worked, partially because they worked, but mainly because we don't see this very much out of Koji's Izanami. And I think it's definitely a fun thing to bust out and go, hey, by the way, you know this thing like I don't do? Now you have to deal with it a little bit. Have fun.
Yeah, and her reversal super, all things considered, is very strong. It's very fast. It doesn't have a lot of horizontal range, but it does hit quite high, I believe, just because of how, like, you know, her leg goes up. And if she's an OD, she can actually cover it with bits because they are completely independent from her.
Yeah, and on top of that, it'll go to the corner where closest corner.
Yes.
She switches sides over there. Oh, caught up with the JB. So the initial JB hit is kind of like whatever, but JBB will actually hit like a little bit above her, but because it takes a while, it's not seen as frequent. Anyway, getting clipped up right over here. Koji sending down the bits, managing to hold down that awkward spaghetti. Ooh, Fantas making a great play with that arrow throw. They're switching sides as well. Wow, okay, cool. Dive, charge a little bit. Nope, opted to 5A. Okay.
That's a statement. Okay.
Wake up command grab will definitely let somebody know that you are built a little different.
Oh my god. He conditioned him to be ready for that super, and he's just like, I'm gonna just toss you.
And didn't even have the meter for it though. He was at like 25 when he did that.
Like, oh, did he not? Oh, then yeah, never mind. He was actually just confident that
just did it. Oh wow, that was really cool. Ball eliminating the bits there. Unfortunately, it's a pretty big startup, and again, Nami's moving independently, so she can move around and force Spot to use that little awkward combo. I've never actually seen that before, but still managed to get the fireball ender, and we've got Izanami. Oki, have fun.
Yeah, he's running up the ribcage, got the ribcage run out, but got hit, so he's gonna have to take more damage before he can even have a chance to try to escape. Gonna have OD back on deck by the end of this combo. See what he chooses to do with it. That, oh no.
Pain. He's looking a little rough here. Oh, TTD, going of it.
Okay, good shield charge.
Nope, it's coming from Koji. I'm a little surprised. I would not be mad at a burst here at all.
Oh.
Okay, gets the 6A.
Yeah, 6A, not, honestly, it's like a pretty nice one. It does hit behind her. A little slow on the inbomb, but it also, she just gets like crazy reward off it too.
Yeah, very, very rewarding. I will say that, what was that? Last interaction. But yeah, I was gonna say that if Koji bursts there, I can't be mad at that at all, because when you're really down in a game and you finally get that hit and then they burst you, that is something that will piss somebody off. I get super tilted if somebody bursts in, because I'm like, are you kidding me? I gotta go back in again, and it's Izanami, and it's Koji, so you know Koji's just gonna like chill back and float and then just slide, and you gotta deal with it. It's a whole thing, and you're like, ah. Anyway. We're looking at a completely different play here. We have, oh, okay, is it going to be the Jin? Okay, yeah, I think he wants the, so when Izanami has ribcage, she basically guard points through literally everything except for throws. So you can toss her.
Or unblockables.
Or, yeah, I think it actually blocks unblockable.
It does not.
Oh, okay, I'm just capping. The other thing is also, it drains her barrier, and it costs barrier to use from the jump. And if she puts herself in danger state, that's very worrisome. But when she's in ribcage, she has an extra special that's a really cool combo tool that, like, kind of gets her barrier back, and she has a command grab to get some of her barrier back. So, you know, like, kind of works out either way. Used to be worse. I mean, used to be better. Anyway, 5B coming in from Onikage. Wow, okay, that was really funny. He jumped up back on the slide and then just hit it. Okay. Anyway, oh, that combo reset. What the hell?
Yeah, randomly, but, you know, it got him a bit of extra damage.
First coming in from Koji here, ribcage setup. This will definitely take games. Oh my lord, except that was some really good blocking. So right there, the bulwark coming in, barrier gauge going up a bit. Still pretty low from Koji. Working with the fireball, active mode. Oh, wow! Just goes back up in command grab. I think he just wanted to fake out Onikage, and there's optic command grab.
Yeah, command grab also restores a little bit of health.
Yeah. So anyways, we're going back to ribcage with a lot more to work with. OG's through it. I think. Oh, yeah, pop the bulwark. And this OG is gonna get run out.
Yep.
For A, fireball. You've seen this literally 10 seconds ago. I don't need to say anymore. Oh, trying to do the command grab again. Reversal super coming in from Koji again, but whiffs. Still manages to mash out. Recovery is very fast.
A lot happened at the end there. That was kind of weird. Oh my god, just walks up to him and does ribcage release. So applying ribcage has no actual invuln until it's on where it'll have the guard point. But actually when you dispel it, there is some invuln.
Oh yeah, decides to back off. Koji has to go pretty much on all-out offense because he's in danger state, meaning that he can't barrier, so there's a lot that's going on here. Oh, also takes extra damage.
I do not think that was what he wanted, but that's gonna cost him the round and the game.
Unfortunate. So yeah, as you can see, and as the chat's probably mentioning this already, that if Koji is not careful with their barrier, and they get put into danger state, they can get clapped up very, very quickly because Izanami has relatively low health. However, A, Koji's willing to pop that ribcage. B, pretty damn good with managing it, as you can tell. Even when Koji's put into danger state, we haven't really seen him in a situation wherein it's like literally almost curtains. Like he still looks extremely comfortable in the situations regardless. And Onikage is opting to stay with his stick with his Jin.
The wheel of fate is turned. Live. 1. Action.
Alright, looks like Koji's got a bit of some momentum start. Oh! But...
Pops the burst. Oh my lord.
Yeah. Only gets an early burst from Koji.
Yes. Okay, OG's through the 2B. Doesn't punish. Managed to get this one though. Free setup. Ooh, maybe wanted to go for a reset sometime. Not too sure. RC's over there. Wants to continue the combo. Drops the JT. Raw slides.
Oh my goodness.
A. Fireball. Let's get it bopping. Ooh, blocks the super coming in. Yep. She's in active mode, so she can set the bits and still remain
Yeah, she ran ribcage on top of her to... so he couldn't even directly punish. I don't know if he actually wanted to do that super, but it just kind of worked out anyway. And covered this command throw with it. Still gonna get hit for trouble. Did not... Yeah.
I think, ironically, because Oni got hit by the bits, the command... ironically, the command throw with animation was long enough that Oni actually just punished.
Yeah, no, that was the case. And Oni got out because of that.
Yeah, it was actually very funny. Oh, this hitbox is so active. Koji opting for that raw 2 and for A doesn't really lead to much. Oni unable to make a lot of that punish. Yep, hit that 2B. Oh, wanted to call out a jump there. Onikage did. Oh, pops the bulwark. Again, you can see how she dispels it and then pops the bits in order to keep her safe. However, nice TRM!
TRM but the combo didn't reset. That wasn't a new throw, that was still the old combo.
It was... We still got the TRM symbol coming up, but yeah. Oh my lord, blocked through that despite the RC. Nice DP there. Oh my lord, got the side shot for the 6A and continuing the combo? Golly. 6B, we're going back down to the ground. Fireball. Very bad for Oni. Has OD on deck. Let's see if he pops it. Ooh, opts to burst. Okay. Okay. Just barely avoided the 3C there from Koji. Oh my, that was such a smart Snowflake there. So, Snowflake is really good for... I've actually never seen it. I've actually never seen him use it in that matchup like that. That was really cool.
Yeah, putting it down there, anticipating the slide, so if she comes down sliding, she's just gonna run right into the Snowflake, get hit.
Yeah. So one of the cool things about Snowflake, if you were here last week, you might have seen Onikage versus Cryo, in which he used Snowflake for a similar purpose when Cryo was using some of, I believe it was Trick Edge, in order to do some approaches. Of course, Daokaka is a completely different character, but the concept remains the same in that he set out that Snowflake in order to punish Koji for going in, and he can just block afterwards. So it's a pretty smart option to go for, especially against Koji, who is, as you can see, definitely is willing to go for slides from the floats right there. Oh my lord, gets clean up in the air. I was going to talk about the other adjustments players can make, but not much to really say when you're going to get hit or caught up in Izanami pressure here. Oh, float. Okay. Oh, hits. Nice Izanami confirms. Flying ball or kid, and we are in active mode. No ribcage actually. Oh wow, Ross is pretty out. The this with OD. I don't think Ribcage is gonna pop it. Oh, active mode's up there. I don't know. Okay, opts to go for just active mode ribcage. Just chips out.
Actually, honestly, normal super might have been enough with active flow, but he just finds another hit anyways and takes the round.
Yep.
And he's on match point actually.
Yeah, Onikage trying to space out with the JCs over here. Oh my lord, okay. Oh. Okay. Oh, that was such a good fireball to stay in here. Oh, yes, thank you. Somebody punished Koji for doing ribcage up close like that. Just toss him, please. Okay, Snowflake set up. Continuing the pressure at the cost of 25 meter. Can't do much more after that block 6B, though. Gets caught up, and we are going stick on the mid screen. Ribcage is active, pops the bulwark. It's going to go right to the corner. Oh, not quite. And it's just to roll out. Ribcage is in active, dangerous state, so this could be do or die.
Yeah, I had the burst immediately. He was.
Okay, dangerous state. Koji again, as you can see, because he's in that dangerous state, just opting to. Oh.
He did the normal tackle, and Oni thought he was doing the slides. We put a snowflake out, but he also put the bit ring on him, so he just landed right behind him, got a full punish off that snowflake, and killed him for it.
Yeah. So Adrock mentioning use run up Sekai Jin. So for those that are familiar with unfamiliar, Sekai Jin is Jin's 2-2C. It has a lot of hits, so it shreds ribcage. It's not like some other busted responses to ribcage like Naoto Enhanced DP, but it's a very, very useful special for it. It's actually unfortunate we never got the chance to really talk about it because it just never came up. But it's really cool. Anyway, that was our last game of top 8. We are going to be moving on to top 3 soon after this break. Oh, it doesn't? It doesn't? Oh my god, I'm a liar? Am I a liar? Oh my lord. I thought it did. I thought the Kaijin would shred through. Oh my god. Am I a capper? Please don't tell me I'm a capper. Am I really a capper?
Oh no.
I thought 2-2C shredded it because it was a multi-hit, like a lot of other multi-hit moves. What? Wait, what?
I don't think it activates because ribcage is on.
Oh my lord. Oh, we're not even top 3 yet. I think I'm also lying. Yeah, this is going to be... Is this winners finals?
Also, in the small chance that does work, I don't know if it's actually a very efficient way to get rid of it. It's just... But,
yeah, at that point, I don't think
you know...
Oh my lord.
Can't believe you just got baited by chat.
I really did. But yeah, we're actually gonna go on break, guys. So this is not... We're going on break for top 3. Okay. These players really want to just run straight into it. Yeah.
I didn't know we were like on top 3.
Yeah, this is the last match into top 3. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna drop the room, and that should solve things properly. Okay, there we go. We're taking a break. I know you guys are anxious, but we're taking a quick break.
No BB yet.
Love you guys. You guys are A-okay. Take it easy. We're gonna get a drink, cause this top 8's been pretty nutty.
Yeah, back in a few minutes.
Yeah. Okay, and we are back for Boston Blue Beat Online Top 3. This bracket is going to be very, very exciting. But in case you missed the news yesterday, we got a little something to talk about. Now.
Yeah, we are gonna have a special event for both Blaze Blue and Plus R, was it?
Yes, so we're going to be having two 5v5s in a really, really hype exhibition. You've actually already seen a bunch of players that are going to be in it. In fact, two of our top 3 members are actually going to be in it, Koji and Adrock. The theme for the CF exhibition is going to be heroes versus villains, as you might be able to tell. And it should be super exciting. And this is planned for May 1st at 2 p.m. And then on the Plus R side, we're going to have a different theme, actually. We're going to be having a chefs versus customers themed 5v5 as well. And that's going to be on May 2nd at 7 p.m. on this channel, twitch.tv/Boston Blue Beat. Be there. It's going to be very, very hype. And we've got some really, really cool names showing up. We've been working on this for quite a while in the back room, and it's going to be very, very, very exciting. I'm really, really hyped. I wish it was May already.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this sounds dope. It's a shame we have to wait an entire month just to see it.
Yes. All right. Now, with that aside, I don't think there's anything more to talk about. We just got our top 3 now to work through.
Yes, and I believe what was shown right before we took our break, it was going to be Serpent versus Adrock.
Yes.
Starting us out.
So this will be Kagura versus Susano. These two players have played a good amount, actually. It's kind of amusing in that, like, the main thing that, like, I remember about them playing last time was that I think Adrock, like, 2-seed a Wyvern, and it was nuts. It was really, really weird. And then he, like, labbed out. I think he already had it labbed out. And he literally, like, showed it off on Twitter, like, right afterwards. It was very, very funny.
2C under Wyvern. I guess anything that puts you just a little bit under Wyvern.
Yeah. On top of it, Wyvern actually has Wyvern's hurt box is not really great because it stretches out in front of the. It stretches out a little bit. There's some other specials in Blaze Blue that work like that. For example, with Mai's Lance, if she does like the 2-3-6As, her box is actually in front of the spear. So there are really weird situations where you can like jab her out of it. But the problem is, you know, for Mai anyways, jab her, you get tippered, and it's a whole other story. But that's for another time.
The story this time is Kagura versus Susano, which this matchup sounds explosive. Both these characters just oops you to death.
That's one way to put it. I expect this to be very patient and suddenly violent. Yeah. Oh, a back J coming in from Adrock, and Serpent decides to bulldoze his way in a bit. Yeah, opting for the 6As right there. The cool thing about the cool thing about orbs for Serpent is that they gain hits over time. But if Adrock is quick and 6As them, he'll be able to delete them and possibly gain a special. However, you can't really 6A when you're that close up. Adrock forced to burst. Dashes in. Oh, blocks the anti-air.
Yeah. Pretty hard to punish Kagura's B flash kick if you block it in the air. But Serpent is doing really good this round, keeping Adrock locked down, not letting him get any unlocks, and obviously this health lead is like really high right now. But if he gives Adrock even just a chance, he could definitely run it back.
As sort of available on deck. Tackle as well. 2C gets hit. Oh, and gets clipped low.
Yeah. Little frame trap there, checks low.
2C, unfortunately a mid. 6A's coming in from Adrock, really wants to get that TP, it looks like, or just clip Serpent out of something. Ooh, fortunately does not work out for Adrock right here. Oh my, wow, okay, late air dash JC will put in work. Warp set up.
Ooh, doesn't quite get the ender there, but still in a really good position.
Yep.
Once again, Adrock kind of locked out of everything. Serpent having a lot of control over this round.
Still managing to bust out of the corner with that 6B on block. It's +4, so he's able to make use of that to get out. But he's going straight back into the corner. The next interaction. Instant overhead as well. Oh boy.
RC did not get the pickup.
Didn't have active flow beforehand, so this was just a regular version. Seconds on the clock. Susano can do it, but that active flow is going to be running out by the time he gets a hit.
Yeah, he got sword unlocked. A kinda useful special, but probably not the most useful for this situation right now. Oh, gets a big jump in though.
Great JC coming in the air. 7 seconds on the clock. OD's at about 90% for Adrock, but it's also about to be up for Serpent. Blocks the 2C. Back to neutral. Orbs out. Oh! Boldly dashes in. Gets clipped with the JC. Back to neutral again. Box running low. What does he do? Oh my god, 15 seconds. Serpent's willing to just time out straight up.
Oh, and gets another big hit, so now even a bigger life lead, and there we go. JC takes it.
Yeah, Serpent's trying to commit to that 6B, but ends up getting clipped by the JC instead. Unfortunate. I think he was expecting Serpent to try to dash in with one of his drive attacks, but it just does not work out.
Serpent did really good there, playing very patient, knowing he didn't have to really commit to anything. Willing to wait out the time, really try to make Adrock hang himself on an approach he needed to do.
Yeah. So one of the things about, from what I understand anyway about Kagura, correct me if I'm wrong, is that he also has a pretty solid time dealing with certain people's approaches as well.
Yeah, his fireball can be pretty annoying, and it charges decently fast, and the A1 has very little recovery. Like, he can just toss that out and be ready to, like, you know, sort of try to act on whatever you're gonna do to try to get around it or deal with it. And then obviously his buttons are pretty big but a bit slow, so it can be kind of people might be a bit hesitant to just sort of run in because they don't want to get tagged by 2C or even 5C, because then you just take a bunch of damage and explode. And then if he's just, you know, if you know he's just sitting down, like he's just down backing, could potentially have a flash kick charge ready to unleash. So if you try to jump in on him, he's gonna get scooped there. So it's just like it's a little nerve-wracking, especially when you have to be the one to kind of jump in on him.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot that Kagura is able to do. And part of the other thing is that Susano's buttons are relatively slow, but the main, you know, benefits for them are that they're so big. That doesn't really quite matter as much when you see Kagura swing a massive slab around the place, especially when you have like specials like both like flash kicks around. Sort of shut that out to an extent. Oh my lord, gets clipped with the 6B there. I think he was trying to go for 5C.
Yeah, he actually got counterpoked out of that. 6B moving forward probably helped that a little bit too.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good start. Wow, counterpoke with 5B.
That was nuts. 5B actually one of Kagura's like fastest buttons, I want to say.
Yeah, standing low. Well. Very nice button, but not usually for like a bar A, because it does not have a lot of range to it or anything.
Yeah, I've mostly seen it catch some fuzzy jumps, but it doesn't matter. Serpent's getting put in the corner again, but he flash kicks right out.
Oh, but he comes down with nothing, kind of weird, and it's gonna kill him.
Yeah, not sure what Serpent was expecting there, but either way, Adrock manages to take the first round solidly. Oh, great air dash over the orb right there. Opts to jump in with that JC. DP unlocked. Ooh, hit with the 6C. Burst right there. Possibly an OD attempt instead. Not too sure. Gets God Press. Adrock is definitely the type to whip it out in the middle of bracket, but we'll see how this goes. Orb set up for Oki.
Yep. Kind of low.
Ooh, gets caught trying to cancel into something. 6B. Sorry. GD Ender there. Lots of really good unlocks for Adrock. Yes, easily.
Yeah.
Oh, Astral. Okay.
Astral, wow. Yeah, do that to him.
If you got it, let it rock. Now we are at 1-1. Remember, this is winner's final, so this is going to be 3 out of 5. So there's a lot more time to be played out here and make some adjustments.
Alright, kinda both games so far pretty favorable for like one player. Like Serpent really controlled the first game, and Adrock right there just really plowing over him on the second game. So
Yeah, I'm interested to see how the neutral for both of these characters ends up evolving. We're seeing a lot of adjustments from Adroth, especially with some of Serpent's pressure resets. Like we saw a lot of those like jumps over the orbs. There were other cases where Serpent placed himself that much closer to Serpent, so he's able to counterpoke out of some of the bigger moves that Kagura has. Which has been really cool. Anyway, let's just back up, Jay.
A little bit of pressure started.
Nice and shield neutral to relax too. Okay, never mind. Okay, decides to unlock level 3 tackle. I think he wants to guarantee DP off of the next 6A here. Okay. Ooh, 6B air hit. Can't blame a burst there.
No, yeah.
But Adroth manages the sniper to get that DP unlocked. Great hits coming in there as well. Level 3 tackle, so he can get these midstream confirms now. And on top of that, he's got wheel DP. This is pretty good setup right now offensively for Adroth. And pops the wheel off rip. Gets sword unlocked. Pops it. Little confirm.
His sword never hurts because ball. Now his pressure's gonna be like that much stronger. But it doesn't even look like he's just gonna die.
Doesn't matter when you're dead. Sorry, I refuse to play.
Adroth, really having a strong lead in that round. Didn't even have to use his burst or anything, but Serpent did get his back. It's an overhead little combo here.
The blocks coming in from Adrock. Decides to 5B. Pressure. His turn. Ooh, 6B recovery is very, very short. You can do these things. Opposite just play defensively, just keeps blocking, goes in with the JA. Oh, resets off of the 6C. Oh! Safe jumped. RC available for Serpent. Oh my god, this pressure!
Bior.
Latex.
Oh.
Okay. 5B, this is going to be pretty good damage. Going straight to the other corner, by the way. Grand Viper. JC, DP's unlocked, baits out the flash kick. I don't think that burst is coming on time for Serpent. He's going to OD super.
Yeah.
Yup.
That's all it took.
Really smart plays from Adroth here. It's looking a little crazy.
2 clean games from Adroth.
Yeah, pretty solid game from Adroth. It feels like he's getting more and more comfortable with Serpent. So I'm very curious to see what changes Serpent decides to make. I'm not entirely sure what he can do differently here. Because it doesn't feel like he's playing badly by any means at all.
Yeah, nah, I don't know. I think Adroth might just be picking his spots just very well, and you know, it's kind of hard to figure out what Serpent needs to be looking for here to really start turning the neutral and stuff in his favor.
Yeah. On top of that, we were seeing a lot more we were seeing some of the more aggressive approaches from Serpent, like from game 1 there. Like you would see that he would just like opt in for like surfboard and make his way in. But it felt like Adroth was a lot more confident with his defense, and Serpent was struggling to find more answers or ways to open him up.
Yeah, I'm unfortunately, probably a bigger part of Kagura's flaw is that you think you do just got to take some risks sometimes to really try to mix the opponent. Like you gotta hope they don't mash and go for like the command throw, or you gotta do this overhead even if it's gonna leave you unsafe if they block it. But the reward on all this stuff is also pretty sizable. But getting hit by Susan, it does. I understand not wanting to get hit by Susan.
Yeah.
So maybe taking the risk is a bit, seems like a bit much sometimes, but you gotta make something happen. Yeah.
And I feel like Serpent isn't really necessarily like a person that's like entirely risk averse. I think he has got a good perspective on risk reward.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're back to this just very patient neutral, but you see Adroth like slowly building up the seals, so that next hit or even the pressure that he has to deal with from Serpent is not as insane when he's got more options on deck to deal with it.
Yeah, I think that's like something that's kind of been happening in the past 2 games. Is Serpent seems to just be letting them get, these specials built up. Like he's already got DP, he's got Sand Kick, he's got level 3 tackle. Man, he's really just missing like Wheel and maybe Grand Viper. He's set.
Yeah, honestly, even if he had Orb, I would rate this as being like somewhat complete. Oh, there's the DP already. Again, that first hit that Serpent got wasn't as effective because of it. Oh, Sand Kick for the frame trap as well. Level 2, so I believe he has the barrier. I think, yeah, starting from level 2, it will guard break. Oh, that JC hit from downtown. Oh, manages to get the pickup because of the level 3 tackle again. And it should be able to kill. With active flow on deck and super, yeah. He's got sword as well. Oh, RC's. Oh, prorated too much so we couldn't get the 60 pickup, but the 60 will definitely take it.
Just steps on his noggin.
Once again, we're at that ancient neutral, but now we're starting to see Adrock starting to 6A through those wyverns. Sorry, through those fireballs.
Just gets his tackle up to 3, like basically for free.
Yeah. I mean, now these mid-screen conversions are nuts. You see him instant blocking those. Now he's got 26 meter on deck. Any hit now basically leads to crush trigger and a basic B and D.
Ooh. Good 5A anti-air, and immediately went into DP. I don't know if that's what but he kind of was hesitant on the knockdown there. Didn't get it.
Oh my lord, he just jumps in, backs up. B Fafnir happens. Nothing really like occurs from it because he recovers so quickly, but it's just like, oh my lord, 5DA. Now we finally got some pressure going in from Serpent after opening up Adrock. Double jump JC, maybe one of the instant air Domo, not too sure. Back to neutral. Full screen on deck. Too crazy, decides to block the orb.
Backdash.
Wyvern slowly making his way in. Little orbs coming in. Oh my lord, the trade with the 6B and a 5C. Oh, catching him on those KCs now.
Yeah, there we go, there we go.
That is definitely the sort of adjustments that you want to see yourself making this late in the game.
See if he can keep it up though. Adrock only needs to win one more round to win the set. Serpent still has to go through another game if he wins.
Ooh, it's not looking very pretty as well. Grand Viper wheel 50 meter on deck. That next hit is definitely killing. Throw. Does it have it off the starter? Serpent as well. Decides to super early. I don't. Oh, he's got an orb actually. That's a lot of damage. Oh, he's dead. He's just gone. Oh my.
A magic pixel.
He's gonna get chipped on. Yep.
He wasn't ready. Oh, I didn't even think about that right until you said it.
Yeah. So one of the crazy things about orb, and I think I say this like almost every time, like I see it on screen. Good pressure reset. Pushes out Susano, even though it's minus. He's at a really great range. Kagura does not have really any responses there. You have to make some read over there because Susan 5B and 5C are just waiting for you to press a button.
Yeah, especially in Kagura's case. Like Kagura's got some big buttons, but the thing is, I feel like Kagura's got like decent, close-up buttons and, really good like longer range buttons, but he doesn't really have anything in this like mid-range gap, especially where Susan has stuff like 5B, because he's just, the farther pokes are but just too slow to mash out for that range, and all the short range buttons aren't going to reach him. So like that range where Susan could just sit and press 5B, I feel like is very difficult for Kagura to deal with.
Yeah. But either way, that was a really, really fun game to see. I think those adjustments that Serpent made were really sick. And we are going to see more. Remember, that was winners finals. We're going straight into losers finals now.
Kagura versus Izanami.
So Kagura and Izanami, I am not very familiar with this matchup. I believe these two have played with each other before, more than a couple of times.
On paper, this matchup seems pretty rough for Kagura, but I mean, at the same time, Kagura could hit her twice and she dies.
So it's kind of
yeah, you just sometimes it might just work out, especially if she's in danger.
So does Fafnir help deal with Ribcage to an extent? Because it's multi, right? After the
yeah, his CDP can really shredded ribcage if you just do it. Like if she's like trying to do it on your wake up, but yeah, like 50 meter, like it'll just like burn through that.
Okay, that's interesting. Because that's like one of the thoughts I see. Oh, actually, oh my goodness, that was such an anti-air coming from Serpent. Okay. Tsunami in active mode. Hits are gone. Back up. She's just delaying for it, waiting for a good time. Getting convert off of that. Flash kick. 6B, blocked. Kagura pressure. Ooh, decides to sit back. Just wants to bait Koji into doing something and manages to catch him slipping.
I feel like at that range, if Koji feels like you back off, just back off, reset the neutral, get the bits going. Be a lot better position for him.
There's also a lot of time on deck. Very few of these games really go the distance. We've seen a couple of them do that. Oh, that was so smart. Jailed and then went into the air with blockable 6B right there. That was...
Yeah. I think you've already seen Combo didn't quite work out though, but now Koji's got some momentum coming in. Bring him all the way to the corner.
Fireball, what are we going with? Float, ribcage, active mode?
Yeah, overhead, yeah.
Out, but still stuck in the corner here.
Overhead.
Right back to that same Oki. Here we go.
Overheads are a very good check for Kagura players because you either gotta block it or DP it, and if they block it, then you know their DP charge is gone. This won't be it. I don't think he has enough. Yeah, he doesn't have meter or anything to kill.
Oh, Jesus. You're gonna flash kick. You might as well make it when you're about to die.
Oh.
Burst is on deck for Koji. If he forces the burst coming out there, I think that's a W for this round still. Oh, why he tried to bait it so hard? Jumped out of the command grab, counter assault, back to neutral, jumps over the slide, catches with the JA though. Oh wow, he ended. Oh, that was super cool. All right, gets the OD out of Koji and gets the air throw. Oh my lord! Wow. Serpent clawing his way out and taking the game. Oh my god. Oh man. Okay, that was a wild second round. All right. Are we gonna see a character switch? Okay, no, it's sticking to Izanami. I think that's super valid. There were a lot of good interactions that Koji got in that set. I'd be confident with.
Yeah, and worst case, if he ends up not feeling, he does have one more round to play with where he could switch. Yeah. Assuming he would lose this round.
Yeah. So there's more to deal with here. I think the other thing. Let's see this round start. Okay.
Whoa, big call up, Serpent.
That's certainly something to do. Koji, throughout these matches, is definitely a fan of opting for jumping up and then floating at mid-screen right there again. But it's very awkward to do it against Kagura when he's crouching because anti-air flash kick is on deck, and that thing is still massive, especially if he goes for the fully invuln version. And Serpent is doing a great job with these JAs. It feels like watching Nachos really. Oh, that flash kick could have gone a lot differently. Thankfully, he's safe right here.
Yeah, 2B's under the 5C there.
Page is on deck. Serpent decided to just back off and waste that time. Koji's right with the danger state. This makes the interaction a lot more difficult. He's gonna have to keep this combo up in order to delay. He can also pop overdrive in order to go straight into out of the danger state. Opts not to. Gets clipped though. Has to burst there. That already did like 3K. Full barrier up though. Gets clipped and brought down. Oh my lord. Okay.
The weird interactions here. Oh, gets the ribcage.
The ribcage ate the JA and he was stuck in hit stop.
Okay, Serpent.
Oh, keeps low. Instant overhead. Oh, instant overhead. Gets blocked this time though.
Oh.
God, just gets caught up by the 2C surfboard.
Yeah, I tried to mash 2B there. I don't know what you expect him to hit, but hoping it would beat it, but didn't quite work.
Yeah. Oh, just floats and dropped out the JB. Serpent doing a really great job of getting out of Koji's pressure attempts, and then just managing to start his own off rip. There it is, 5B, a really great check for fuzzy jumps.
Low, gonna get some extension here. One more clean hit could honestly do this, depending on the hit.
Oh, okay. First on deck for Koji, full barrier to work with here. He's looking pretty good. He manages to get a couple of clean hits in. This could look a lot different now. Oh, and the 6 starter will definitely make it work with active flow on deck. 6G. Hey. Oh, we're going right back to it. Ooh, caught low. Yeah, Serpent's opting not to burst. Oh, dropped combo. Oh, last kick. Oh, what? Oh,
Thanks, Susano.
Okay. We're good. We're good. Good. We're fine. Fine. Okay. We're about to start. Early burst coming in from Koji right here. Burst is basically disabled for him for the rest of the round, though. Which can be very, very awkward because that means that if he deploys the cage, he can't forward.
This is gonna be a lot of damage.
It's already almost 4K. Extension, this is gonna be 5K for free. Oh my lord, 49.9.
That is 60. Oh, that was so tricky, but he didn't confirm it.
God, that's awkward. And just flash hits. When you got a life lead that like that, you definitely can just flash kick it.
That was cute. What was that? Fake the air dash mix up and did the stance command throw. That was dirty.
I am absolutely in love with like late command grabs. I think they are the sickest thing ever. I love seeing them.
So Serpent up 2 right now. Valkyrie sticking to Izanami, which I think is plenty smart. But he does have a bit of an uphill battle here. He's got to win 3 straight.
We've seen
make it to grand. We have. It is not impossible.
Yeah. So it's definitely possible. Is it probable? I don't know. But Koji is no slouch, so I'm gonna say kind of, yeah. Oh my jeez.
The JA check already.
Oh, Orb on the slide. Oh my lord. We're gonna go. This is a great corner carry already.
All the way to the corner.
Back rolls. Gets caught up eventually. Forced to burst. Already almost at half health though. Ribcage out in neutral, but he's gonna run out of it already.
That is
now he gets clipped.
dangerous against Kagura, but finds a hit. He can stall some of this barrier coming back. Drops it at the end though.
Plays a lot more calmly now, just literally just trying to counter both with just those 2 Ds. And again, playing a lot more calmly right now. Oh, gets hit with a 5-0.
Oh, not if it drops.
Not if it drops. Oh, and wow, that flash kick straight up took it.
Alright, Serpent on set point, and Koji only got 4 barrier back, or burst back to work with. He might not get it back, depending on how this round goes.
Definitely did not expect the second hit since he's hit like that. Oh, wow, that was 6 feet right there. Holy crap.
Fireball, yeah, caught him in the air.
Yep. Oh, wow, that orb already did mad damage. Has to bulwark early in order to deal with that. Does not want to go into danger state again. We've seen already how differently Koji is forced to play. Oh, yep. Decides to back up. Doing those air dashes, I think, in order to avoid potential flash kick. Get hit as well. Active flow on deck. Burst is already back for Koji. Down around, but can make this work. Flash kick, but it recovers so quickly. And again, it's an air block.
Yeah, the air blocks are really what makes it hard to punish there. On the ground, it's much easier, but and Koji barrier blocking those is kind of like a little, well, it made me sweat because he doesn't have a lot of barrier to work with up there.
Yeah. Oh my god, getting clipped by those flash kicks now. Such strong anti-air options in, but manages to get the hit and takes the round. Has a bit of burst advantage to play with as well, so this should be interesting. Setting up an orb in neutral. Both players just trying to fish for a good hit here.
Yeah, Koji sticking up on the screen, kind of trying to stick him with the ring there.
Yeah. Oh.
Ooh, whoa.
Yeah, it just comes down with Rob.
Both players got burst on deck. Serpent about to hit the corner. Just kidding.
Yep, unfortunately, there's that combo. Okay, skull. Looks like Koji's finding that he's getting a lot of mileage off of it. Often used a bit more suddenly. 6B. Oh, that was definitely going to be taken to the corner into ribcage pressure. Decides to burst. Not want to handle that at all. Yep, there goes the skull again. Orchid in order to keep him locked. Yeah, and right now we're just seeing. Oh my lord!
Can't believe she just fell through that.
Oh, Flash kick definitely chunks the ribcage, but when that's a full barrier, it does not matter. And oh, drops it, but again, this is the second time in this set that we saw that flash kick attempt, and I think it's like 3C or 2B that Koji is going for, and then it just whiffs.
Yeah, moves are just forward enough so that I guess flash kick goes right past it. Has no backwards hitbox, so
Yeah.
it's working out. And Koji manages to find put himself on the board.
Yep.
Got 2 more games. Can he make it happen?
Honestly, I would not doubt it. Let's see how this plays out. Because there was definitely a lot of adjustments that Koji made. And it definitely, like, there were a lot of situations wherein Serpent wasn't able to deal with certain things that Koji was presenting. Like sudden. So I want to see if Serpent decides to present something kind, or if Koji decides to just stick with what has been working out, and Serpent takes a while to figure out a response. But while we're talking about that, we have active mode into Ribcage. Yeah, Serpent deciding to burst out does not want to handle that whatsoever.
Koji a little low on barrier, probably won't opt for ribcage and neutral, but will probably still go for the next knockdown.
Oh, he's on the surfboard, doesn't matter though.
Yeah, respect from both players.
Oh, great flash kick. RC seems to be pressured, but unfortunately, and quite quickly, and Koji's already taking him in the corner. Active flow on deck as well. Mode the bits flipping out Serpent from something that he was trying to do. Maybe it was a jump, I'm not entirely sure. Either way, this pressure's looking pretty crazy. The next hit will for sure kill. RC's command grab doesn't kill. Next hit. Did he just throw his command grab?
I think so.
That was command.
Wow! It does go over lows.
Dead. Used it for its purpose.
Yeah.
Oh my lord, got the burst out of Koji. That's. Oh my lord, he's in danger state now, but he doesn't block the hits.
Yeah.
Maybe he wanted a. Oh, because flash kick's the one that went off. I don't know. Either way, at least managed to get the burst out of Koji, so this round 2 isn't quite as bad for Serpent. But Koji in neutral is looking a lot more comfortable suddenly. Yep, gets hit by the JAs right there. Great air-to-air. JC starter. This is going to be pretty great.
Yeah, he's not quite catching the rolls, but Koji did manage to roll himself to the corner, so Serpent still got a very strong game here. Just DP's out. Oh, that's it. That's it. Yeah.
So that was really interesting because it looked like Koji was attempting to play a bit more defensively, wait for a good opportunity to go in. And then unfortunately, like when he chose to go in, it didn't matter.
Overhead is going to be like 3K, 4K, I forgot.
Caught you in 4K.
Ooh,
5 feet check for the delay play.
Yeah, that was big. He actually got the reset on the combo there, but didn't confirm it.
Oh, gets hit low. Sorry, gets hit high with that 6B there. 6A, going to the corner, Orchid set up, hold down the neutral. Unfortunately, Koji disabled their barrier. They're in danger state. We've got OD on deck if they want to pop, if they want to force themselves out of it. Let's see if they opt for it. No, deciding to wait it out. Oh, there's the OD. Waited until his barrier was up pretty high and wanted to trigger it immediately. Oh, wow. That was super interesting. The Kagura went for JD right there. It stalls his air momentum a bit, but unfortunately he got clipped. Oh my, he wanted to shred through that ribcage. Oh my god. He's got RC flash kick on deck. Oh my lord. Oh god. Okay.
Counter assault.
On deck for Koji. Oh, just goes raw slide RC, and that will take it. We are looking at a potential reverse 3-0 right now.
I was gonna say, we came back 2-2 now. Anybody's game, really.
Yes, this is going the distance. So let's see, neither player opting to even take a breather, they're just trying to go straight into it. Man, oh man. Alright, what do you bet for round start?
I'm this is round 5. first game, I feel like it might be passive. I feel like Server's not going to go too crazy, and Koji might just back off.
Oh no, you scored.
Oh,
flash.
Well, a bit aggressive, but to be honest, if he was gonna go aggressive, I also thought he was gonna be 60. But... Ooh,
Oh, OD's through it. Got the TRM. I guess he tried to put it through. It didn't really matter anyway. I think that would have been a counter to throw. Either way, this is a pretty great starter. Izanami in danger state at the beginning of the round. This is looking rather awkward. Oh, that Obare to be super great for getting out of that Wyvern.
Oh, but just DPs him for his troubles. That could be this sort of neutral standoff. Slides right in. Doesn't get the confirm though.
Oh, great job. Floats, then just waits, and then just drops down with JB on the Wyvern. Ribcage is already set up. Flash kicks RCs to get out of there, but gets caught with the air throw. Oh my god.
Burst out. He can actually make this work, although he's probably going to get burst.
Oh my lord. Okay, act close ended, but yeah, burst is still up. Reversal super is also an option. We haven't seen it all set. Oh, but just...
Oh.
Koji is such the type to just sit back and float and go like, oh, by the way, I'm sliding. Huh? Hit.
Aw.
Okay, jumps over the 2B attempts this time. Gets an early burst coming out from Koji. Koji really wants to maintain this momentum here, it looks like.
Yeah, he's running off of 2 rounds, or two games of it, rather.
Basically. Oh, God. I don't think that was an intended side swap. Out of danger state. Oh, there is the anti-air flash kick. Gets clipped with the 2C. Oh, this is great. Orb Oki. Blue beat on the 2DA. Oh my lord. And then clips with the JA right there. Oh my lord. Anti-air flash kick once again.
Oh my god.
He's
They're reaching the sky and doing so much work, and he ties it up. This is last round.
Last game, last round. This is nuts. A lot of jumps coming out for Serpent. Do not want to deal with any bits. A lot of anti-airs coming in now. A lot less air-to-airs. Gets a 2DA opener, but doesn't make too much of it. 5C, surfboard. We're going still in the corner. 5B to check late tech. Didn't get much of it with the 2C, but again, we're just chilling out. Koji just floating, just saying, hey, maybe I'm in the air. You wanna come along?
Wanna try and catch me up here?
What are you gonna do? Backs up again. Oh, tried to ribcage. Ooh, whiffed the burst. This. Let's try to.
Ooh, okay. Finds a hit. Touches him whiffing 2C.
Oh, swap sides. Ribcage is back up. Oh, command grab.
Just jumps on down, scoops him up.
More importantly, refills the barrier as well. OD is on deck for Serpent and 50 meter. I'm not sure if he's going to wake up with anything. Yup, decides to just up back straight up. Not want to deal with anything crazy. OD's now. It's a flash kick and then RC, but still gets clipped. Can this kill? No, no,
No, I don't
This is
think
good
so.
Oki though. He wants to waste time for the to build up barrier again. And he gets the corner position.
Yep.
And he just runs in 6 Bs. And Koji, with the reverse 3-0, going the distance, manages to take the set from Serpent. And he is now up in grand finals.
Ooh, he got countered by that last overhead. I wonder if he tried to flash kick but didn't have enough of a charge.
I don't know, that was nuts. Koji left.
Koji left the room. Doesn't even want to play in grands anymore. Just said, yeah, I did my job.
I've gate kept. Goodbye. Okay. Just kidding. He's back. Okay.
All right.
That was bonkers. All right. So it's Koji and Adrock. This, I believe, is Koji's first time in grands here. So this should be really, really cool to see. Adrock, especially as of this year, who's chilling out on the winner side, is no stranger to grand finals here at BBBO. In fact, I believe they've taken like 3 of our weeklies at least.
So he's been a frequent placer in top 3, if not just winning the whole tournament outright.
But this should be really interesting. So this is going to be. I actually have no idea who Koji picks here because For those that aren't aware, Koji is in the same region, Indiana, as Ice Cool, who was on commentary earlier. Shout out to Ice Cool and Tux for the commentary, by the way. So they are very, very used to Susano. Even though, you know, there are notable differences between how Adrock and Ice Cool play, but there is still like a base matchup knowledge here. And Koji has definitely found Adrock in bracket a decent amount of times. I'm not sure how often Koji has won against Adrock. I forget their like set count. I know that they've played before in these brackets. Oh yeah. Either way, it's a sad day for Boston. All I'm stating. Unfortunate. But no matter, there's some really, really cool BB to be played. And now we're finally getting a chance to see Koji's Mai. They've gone Izanami pretty much every time on stream. So.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, Mai's mobility may be a little nicer to deal with Susan or something. Maybe just more comfortable, little easier, less maintenance to worry about. But either way, we'll see how it works.
Yeah.
He's got some rounds to work with.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. IADs and just flips out. Wants to bait out something from Adrock, but really quite too heavily. Early burst coming in from Koji.
Does not want Susan to get any part of his game plan started, which I understand, but it's going to be rough working with the rest of this round without a burst if Adrock gets started.
Yeah, gets the wheel as well. What's a wheel when you're dealing with my pressure?
Oh, countering on that overhead, but didn't confirm it.
Unfortunate. Adrock bulldozing his way out. Back to the screen, we're going to go straight up to the other corner, in fact. Level 2 wheel, it hit reverse 16. Okay. Doesn't matter. Adrock manages to get level 3 tackle, now has DP unlocked. Koji trying to threaten that unblockable JD. Gets, Jesus Christ, gets the tipper. You have to barrier block it, by the way. It is unblockable if you get guard crushed. Otherwise, okay, up, super. This will definitely. You know what? I'm not even gonna say it. Spooky says I'm wrong all the time. He may be a little right, but he's also wrong. You know what I mean?
All right, well, that round escalated quickly.
Immediate trade on the 5B and 236A right here. Koji's burst is back up, and as soon as I say that, they pop it. That was definitely a deep run-up throw or a flip, but they just get it. What in the world are these reverse hit 60s? Is this like a Mai thing? Because I have never seen this happen so consistently for Adrock.
Very well,
oh.
Very well could be a Mai thing. Adrock uses burst. I missed that.
Yeah, he literally just bursted like 5 seconds ago. I'm unaware if Mai's hurt boxes are particularly a pain to deal with. Most of my characters are generally alright with it. Either way, it confirms coming in from Koji. Susan's got a lot of health to work with, but and then the right starter with 100 meter on deck.
That's totally dead.
You're gone.
You only need one super for that.
Yeah.
Let alone 2.
Plus RC if you want to, I don't know, do something crazy after the fact.
Flex on him or something.
JB coming in. Alright, he gets the JB.
That dive is plus. Oh, but he IP'd and just mashed 5B and it worked. Okay.
I think the dive is still plus on IB, but you know, you gotta mash on plus frames. Unironic. You actually have to. Otherwise, people will just take a mile off the
Susan is kitted out. Level 2 wheel, Grand Viper, DP.
That's about it.
Okay. That's all it needs. Koji. Yeah, I was gonna say Koji has quite an uphill battle, I feel like, in this round, but
yeah.
Adrock just takes it.
Oh, okay. Reverse DC. Okay, so yeah, Ice Cold mentioning that reverse 60 hits happened due to 5B too fast. Plus, it always happens. Oh, okay. I am just ignorant then. I personally have not, I think, seen a lot of reverse hit 60s, or at least maybe off that confirm. I don't know. Either way, what happens. Adrock manages to take it 1-0. Can't count out Koji due to just the reverse 3-0 that we saw. And it's, again, still 3 out of 5 for Grams. But Adrock only has to win 1 set. Koji's got to win 2.
only one round.
Yeah, that was one.
Or one game, I should say.
Okay, I think 2B round start from Izanami. I don't know. Maybe jump back float. Okay, well,
You-
air dash
you-
float.
Close enough.
Oh, just straight up slides. Koji is so willing to just do like YOLO slides, and like he just does not get punished for it. B- guy. Oh my Jesus Christ! I would have gotten.
I was gonna say, like, he looked like he set him up for the blender right there, but then, like, there was no actual mix-up. Oh, wow, what a DP hit.
Oh. Okay, still manages to get a counter hit over here. Convert off of the sand kick right there. Has DP unlocked the leap. Oh,
Just kicks him down to the ground, like, nah. What are you doing up there?
Yes. Okay. Calm round start, except Adrock manages to get a good 2A match. As Grand Viper unlocked, now the next hit is a lot more dangerous because it means that much more corner carry and a lot of time to get a seal. He's got a lot more mix he needs to run. Susano's health is massive.
Yeah, it makes it much more dangerous that, you know, every hit that he has to get could be an opportunity that Adrock gets out.
Still managing to lock down Adrock pretty well so far. Active mode. Oh, word. Hit. Okay, locking. Up again low. Really late burst coming in from Adrock, but if he gets a hit, it's going to be nuts. And it will probably force the burst out of Koji. Okay. No burst coming in. Decides to hold on to it. Still alive. Full barrier now. Oh my god, just jumps out free. Okay, counter assault there. Did not want to deal with the pressure. Oh my god. See? Oh, and again! Like, Koji just backs up and goes, I think I'll slide you. And that was counter hit as well, if I recall correctly. If I saw that right. Oh my lord. Speaking of counter hits, counter hit 5B. Koji decides first. Okay, there's the slide. Adrock deciding to just sit and just wait.
Yeah, finally waits for it, punishes it.
Yep.
Run them all the way to the corner here.
No reverse hit this time. Okay. Has orb. This pressure gets a little nuttier. Oh my lord. Just 6B. 6B. What are you gonna do about it? Sword? Into the meter. Didn't need the meter. Never mind. He's just straight up dead.
I wish I was counting how many 6Bs would just happen there in that block string.
I counted like 6. I think 6Bs, like minimum. That was really, it's just 6B. So for those that are uninitiated, Susano's 6B, that like double gut punch there is like +4. So you basically have to like barrier or IBB him. The other thing is that he can cancel into 3C, which is a sweep as well, which can make it very risky. But I think Koji was attempting the fuzzy jump out, possibly. I'm not entirely sure. But either way, like, Susano has another option he can layer in order to catch fuzzy jump attempts, because 3C as well. Anyway, potentially the last game of this set.
I was gonna say Adrock is up 2-0, and Koji still has to not only win this, but it would reset, so he'd have to go. He has to win 3 rounds straight right now, and then win another 3 in the next reset.
Yeah. Okay. See, Koji definitely trying to get something started. 6B OD.
Interesting.
Alright. Back down. Generates active flow, which is really good. Has the damage buff to deal with Susan's big health. And can play for OD by playing a bit more passively. Gets caught up by that super jump GC over the board. Okay.
2B. Adrock spacing himself, trying to catch Cody mashing.
Oh my lord. Jeez. These rib cages I feel are so risky, but he just gets away with it. This should be okay. It's dropped. Never mind. Forget I said anything. Looks like Koji just wants to wait on bits and just use it to chip out Adrock. Wants to catch him in movement. Susan's dash is very committal, and he often has to air dash in order to get his way in. And again, He just sits up, floats, and just slides. Oh my lord.
Breaking ankles out here.
Seriously. Oh, Jesus Christ. Round start 6. Okay. Oh, gets caught up by the 6B. Pops OD. Corner. 1.5. Yep. Ribcage. Nope. Sticks with the active mode. Oh, combo. Got the match out.
Finding a hit, getting Sand Kick, gets Grand Viper, very good combo tool. Doesn't quite get the last unlock there, which would have been DP.
Yep. Okay, manages to get it now. Grand Viper. Drop down.
Doesn't catch the roll. Still.
See? Oh, okay. Try to catch Koji slipping with that. Okay. Koji, okay, switching sides, trying to cross under. Yep. Adrock recognizing that he can just jump out of this right now. Wants to stall out that time. Unfortunately, managed to get opened up, and now he's down a burst. Air throw! Oh my god, it's the 6B! Gets the 2B at least. Okay.
Daggers, I think he was being wary of counter assault there.
Yep.
And Adrock on tournament point now. He's down burst right now, kind of really low.
Oh, doesn't quite connect with it. Burst coming in from Koji. Loopy. There it is.
Don't want to get more unlocks.
Yep. Fireball, mid-screen. It's not quite as good. And it's just a roll and switch side. Oh my lord, I got hit by that cross. Okay.
Adrock did not, but he got hit low right after it, so.
Yep. Fireball Loki as well. Active mode ribcage. With the float. Let's go. Orchid on deck as well for that high-low. Alright, manages to block high, but getting hit. These 6Bs are putting in so much work.
Susan Health allowed him to get a burst back. He's gonna live this hit so he can work with it on this wake up.
Oh my. I don't think that was intended.
I don't either.
Oh,
burst.
Burst. Yeah.
Alright.
That's a really good call out right there. Like, Adrock has almost no health, and potentially the end of the game, you definitely jump cancel around there. Okay. If we're gonna see a second reverse 3-0, this is definitely how it starts.
He made one happen.
We're just gonna have to see if he still has enough in the tank in order to get a second one and the set after the fact. But right now, let's worry about that first one. Okay, round starts 6A. And backdash 6B. Both choosing violence here. Tackle on deck for Adrock. Oh, great job with that JP. Hit first troubles on this 5 seasons up there. Going straight to the corner. You've seen it before. It's Izanami Oki time. Will she go high, low, or will she command throw? Just kidding. It's just pressure. It's a mid. Oh, Jesus.
There's the low.
There's the 2B. Can we get the connect 4 with overhead cross up? Let's see. Oh, yeah, dispels it. Just a raw fireball, but it drains out his own ribcage. So now he's in danger state against the Susano, who's already capable of big damage. Granted, it's only, you know, God press and level tackle, but still. Doesn't seem to matter much either way. Koji managing to get the first hit after getting into danger state. Ribcage once again. Okay. Blocking. Oh, gets clipped by the 2A there.
Rough spot, yeah. Danger state does not matter if you do not get hit, so.
Block the bits. Ooh, gets the 6B counter hit, trying to match to something there. Fireball, Rookie.
Gets knocked down.
High? Okay. Went for the overhead. Oh, jeez, tried to low 2B. Alright.
Adrian finds a very clean hit, yeah.
Gets Grand Viper. Has wheel. Oh my. Wow. Okay. And the reverse hit 60 works out in his favor. He IATs in with the JP, and this will kill, especially with active flow. Goodbye.
Alright, kind of just hit him like 3 times there or something.
Definitely trying to mash. One thing that I'm starting to notice, though, is that Adrock doesn't have nearly as many seals as he was getting in the first couple of matches. It's very interesting to notice here. Oh my lord. Okay, gets hit with the air unblock 2C. And just to get sand kick. Oh, yep. Blocks the slide.
Fish did not come back. Burst a little late. He kind of got the unlock already at that point.
Yeah, burst coming in from Adrock as well. No active flow for either of them. Overdrive is probably not going to be a factor in this round. Oh my lord.
Uh-oh.
This is rough. Next hit is definitely going to kill him.
So only hit Adrock needs to take the tournament.
Koji deciding to bulldoze in, so screw it. I'm popping the ribcage and active,
Okay.
and nobody can stop me.
Oh, no.
Except for 2A into 3C Astral, and Adrock will take yet another Boston Blue Beat online in stylish fashion. But man, that set was nuts. Okay.
Big finish, 99999. Unfortunate drop there at the end there. Koji got the overhead hit, but did not drop the combo somewhere in there. And caught Astral for his troubles. But other than that, great showing. Almost brought it back, or had a little bit of a, got something going in grand finals here, and had a reverse 3-0 in a losers finals. So I mean, definitely played super well, I'd say.
Yeah, and that is their first top 2 placing, which is definitely nothing to shrug about considering the people that we had in this bracket this week. So that was really, really, really cool. Okay, I don't think I have too much to say other than, of course, hey, if you guys thought this was really cool, I'm seeing some new faces in the Twitch chat. You should totally sign up for this bracket next week, huh? It's looking pretty cool. If you're busy next Friday, don't worry about it. There's still lots of tournaments going on as of late. Chiksama's got another PSN tournament that's tomorrow that's going to be really cool. If you want to see some really sick gameplay coming out of us later on, don't forget, next month, once again, I have to shill for it more and more. Boston Blue Beat Overdrive. We've got some really cool 5v5s going on. Koji and Adrock will be fighting on the same team, but I assure you, the sets that we're going to have are freaking nuts. They're going to be really, really sick.
Yeah, the quality of Blaze Blue will not drop.
It's only going to get crazier from here on out. If you want to catch Plus R as well, don't forget, we also got that with the chefs versus customers. Some of you guys might recognize a lot of the faces over here. We've got some really, really cool players to show off. A lot of Boston Blue Beat regulars. Trust me, it's going to be another sight to see. And that will be on May 2nd at 7 p.m. Please don't miss it out. It's going to be really cool. That being said, I don't think I have too much to say other than, hey, don't forget about next week's bracket as well. Ben, you got anything else to say?
I don't think so. I'm just gonna, you said about everything that was probably on my mind. But thanks to everyone who joined us. I hope to see you next week, maybe even in tournament. And yeah, hope to see you there.
Yeah. See you guys then.